All right. Barbershop conversations, man. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. All right. Without further ado, we got recital rehearsal time in real time. Without further ado, the Hawthorns, the most beautiful girl in the world, Kennedy Lenny Jean Hawthorne, and the gentleman, Lincoln Curtis Gerald Hawthorne. Wait. 1 second. Wait 1 second. Hey, the Hawthorns, Lincoln and Kennedy. Hey, thank you guys. Appreciate you. Love you. Recital rehearsal time. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Good night. Love you. Peace. Thank you, dog. Perfect. All right. We in the building, man. I appreciate y'all coming through. Who we got in the building? Who we got in the building? Who we got in the building? Don Juan DeMarco, Gustavo. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. Oh, that's why. I appreciate you. And we in the building, man. I appreciate you guys coming through. Kennedy, you were amazing. Lincoln, you were amazing. Way to be a gentleman. Way to be a young lady. And we in the building, y'all. So I appreciate y'all coming through, man. Adolfo. Yeah, they got recital rehearsal, man. You know what I mean? So they doing what they do. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man, welcome to the show, man. We got an interesting show today. What's going on in boxing before we move forward? I like this boxing scene segment because I don't get to go to it during the day. I literally forget. Otto Wallen hopes to secure a fight. Nah, whatever. Okay, Sabril Mati. Okay, let's share all of this. Oh man, let's see. Let's see this right here. Let's see Sabril Matias. Let's see. Top super lightweight contenders will square off Matias, undefeated Argentina, Jermall Ponce for the IBF World Championship. It's set February 25th. That's going head to head with who? Floyd Mayweather and Adrian Broner. That goes to show you Floyd Mayweather and Floyd Mayweather don't own PBC. Floyd Mayweather has a date the same day as PBC. Yeah, he really owns PBC. I know. The telecast begins 9 p.m., 6 p.m. and features the return of Minneapolis native Shango Jamal James. Y'all know that's my favorite welterweight. Co-main event as he battles 2016 Ajaran Alberto, whoever he is. Kicking off the telecast will be super lightweight contender Elvis Rodriguez against Joseph Bless Hands Adorno in the 10-round. Oh, so no one's gonna watch that shit. No one's watching this shit. They about to do 100,000. They might even do less than 100,000. You know what I mean? This is a pitiful card, man. It may be a competitive card, but they have no anchor. You need an anchor, but when you ain't got the salaries, you ain't gonna be able to pay for these son of a gun. So shout out to Jamal James. I'll be rooting for him, man. He was my favorite COVID welterweight, as if you guys remember. And let's see what else we got on boxing scene, because I ain't checked it today. Stevenson returned 4-8, headed to Newark. Makes sense. They going back to back. Anthony Joshua 4-1. Okay. Jerron Ennis versus Virgil Ortiz has makings of a super fight, says Derek Bozy Ennis. We got Arthur Beterbiev this weekend. I will be watching every second of that fight. What we got at the top? Deontay Wilder wants Andy Ruiz and the final eliminator to come off. Ellie did a good job. If you haven't seen those Ellie interviews, make sure you guys go check them out. I thought Ellie did a good job. I thought Wilder did an even better job. Wilder had a lot to get off his chest yesterday, and he doing Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson being sued from a girl in the 90s that he touched wrongfully in a sexual act or something like that. I don't know if it was intercourse or touching or something like that. I briefly scanned over it. Let me see. Let's pull that article up because Mike Tyson is a big deal. So let's say Mike Tyson, $5 million. Saw it on Boo first, and then top story. Whoo, Jesus. It's on Fox News. Oh shit, this shit ain't going nowhere. I expect Aldred to get involved. Let's see. All right. Is this all right? Former, can you guys see that? Let's drop me down and make it big for y'all. Let's see. Former boxer Mike Tyson sued for $5 million for allegedly raping women in the early 90s. Well, let's just say you got. I don't know how you gonna. How can you prove the evidence in 1992? But I'm not neither for nor against. As I told you guys before this came out, I think Mike Tyson is soulless. Around the same time the beauty pageant contest. Oh shit. Oh man. Tyson was convicted. That's the past. So let me go through the particulars. Former heavyweight boxing champion Mike Tyson is facing a $5 million lawsuit after a woman accused him of raping her sometime in the early 90s. The suit was first reported by the Times Union of Albany. The woman alleged Tyson met her in a nightclub in Albany, New York, and then attempted to rape her while they were in a limousine. As a result, she said she has been forced to endure physical, psychological, and emotional injury in the years since. The woman's affidavit did not provide a specific date of the attack, saying it happened around the same time as a beauty pageant contestant. Desiree Washington said Mike Tyson raped her in Indianapolis. And this just goes on. The affidavit said, okay, here's some new information. The affidavit said Tyson made physical contact with her and attempted to kiss her almost immediately after she entered the limousine. I told him no several times and asked him to stop, but he continued to attack me, the woman said. Then he pulled my pants down, my pants off, and violently raped me, end quote. The woman has chosen not to publicly reveal her name. Darren Seelback, an attorney representing the woman, said in a separate filing that his office did its due diligence before taking on the case. Seelback said his office determined the allegations were highly credible. Tyson's representatives have not released a comment. Tyson had a 3-year run as the undisputed. We know that information. Robin Givens, etc. Tyson's second wife, Monica Turner, filed for divorce in 2002 following accusations of adultery during their 6-year marriage. Tyson married his third wife, Monica Spicer, in 2009, shortly after her release from prison on fraud convictions. So that's what we got as it pertains to Mike Tyson. Y'all welcome. I don't really give it. I mean, not to say I don't care, but stupid is or stupid does. Moving forward, yada yada yada. I have no horse in that race, and we'll see what happens. Man, we got a lot to talk about tonight. Oh, we gonna have some fun tonight. Oh, the baby daddy's gonna be mad at me tonight. All the baby daddies and all the Fred, you don't know what the hell you talking about. You lying. All that back end money. But before we get there, let's talk about Jermall Hitman Charlo. I told you guys during COVID about Jermall Charlo and his lifestyle and how it's always going to catch up with you. If you're not promoting assets and you're promoting lifestyle, it's going to catch up with you. Jamel and Jermall are the leading candidates for a lifestyle that they want to project on all of us, and they live the best lives, and they lie about the income, and it looks like they live above their means based off of who they're fighting and the projected and I'm making an educated guess on how much they make. I don't truly know specifically, but the private jets, the designer clothes, the 14 cars, the big estates, and show. Yo, the things you got to do to upkeep and sustain that lifestyle and the amount of money you must make is amazing. And it's just when I look at this picture, I heard Regis Prograis say that he's having family problems or personal problems. I didn't hear that he was sad or some shit, but the man came to LA and said he wanted to fight Bivol at 168. He said we can fight as an attraction. As I told you, man, he looked lost. He looked like he was begging for a fight. He looked lost. I didn't, and you guys thought I was crazy. I didn't know what the hell I was talking about. I'm hating on the Charlos. I can give a damn about the Charlos, man. They don't care about me. I don't care about them, but I just want to tell the truth. They're socially, emotionally bankrupt. And it's just me as an onlooker. And you know how you see an empty vessel, like almost soulless? He's the future of boxing because he's not fighting in the present. That's funny. Um, it's very obvious when you ain't fought in 18 months and you living a lifestyle based off the checks you got 2 years ago and 3 years ago and even 1 year ago, and you haven't got a check since. It's very obvious what the hell is going on. You know, it's just common sense, man. I don't need uh uh no YouTuber to tell me the back end money is coming. All the back end money is coming. These dumb YouTubers don't know shit about back end. They sit in their house, collect SSI, WIC, government assistance. You know what I mean? Like it ain't never seen a meal. And you say, Fred, you're talking shit. I'm not talking shit because they're misleading the sheep. So when you misleading the sheep, and I tell you guys the truth every night, literally the truth every night. And if I don't know, I'll say it's a guess. Like I just said, it's a hypothesis. I don't know, how much money they're making. But I'm gonna say this to Jermall and his loyal followers. Jermall got followers, man. You know what I mean? They will contact you and do what they need to do. I'm gonna say this. Y'all part of the problem. I only got $1,000 bills when I'm with the family. I don't have $1,000 bills of spending it on my friends. Not at all. Every Friday, the family, we go out, we do 5-star dinners, we do steak, we do filet mignon, ribeye, gourmet potatoes, and Dre drinks her glass of wine, and the bill comes to whatever it comes to. But I don't consistently show off for a bunch of niggas who ain't got shit. And I'm not saying they ain't got shit, but what I'm saying is if you're the breadwinner, as it appears to be, and all y'all doing is celebrating, I don't see y'all building assets, and I don't see you building businesses. All I see is you partying, traveling, partying, bragging. Because similar to me, I just do it in a little different way. Jermall will tell you that he got the bag, and I say similar things. But when you have personal issues and it becomes public, the best advice I can give Jermall is fight for your family. Fight for your wife. Fight for your 5 kids. Put the phone down. Because those 5 kids and that wife will be the one by your side. And you got to fight for your wife or ex-wife. You got to respect her because y'all have 5 children together. And because the respect you get from ultimately the respect, I said this last night, the respect that you get, what's up, the street assistants there, what's up, the respect that you get from your kids ultimately will be based on how you treat their mother. I'm a living example of it. I make no bones about it. I've been this since day one. You can't tell your son to do the right thing when you've done the wrong thing with his mother. It's simple as that. And it goes both ways for the mother. I'm not going to sit here and just chime in, but Jermall is the more famous guy. But even his wife, you can't tell your sons and daughters what to do if you're disrespecting the father. Parents are not for public consumption. That's what I would have tell Rome. If I had his new number, I would have called him. As soon as he dropped that shit on Instagram, I would have called Rome, be like, man, relationships with parents are not made for public consumption. You know, parents are libraries. They got good books, they got bad books at the end of the day, but it's not made for public consumption. Not every book in the library you're going to like. All right. But there's a wealth of knowledge in them. You understand? And I just wish that we understood that in its totality. Because now, regardless of what happens in his career, people are going to look at Jermall. They'll never say it to him, you know, because he can beat up the average person, right? So people, oh man, how crazy is that play? But people are going to think it. People are going to think it. That he is less than a man. Because now you really got to take care of these 5 kids, man. And these 5 kids are so critical. You understand what I'm saying? So, and I don't know how healthy it can be. So you guys asked me my opinion. I'm gonna tell you guys what I said in the video earlier. I don't feel sorry for no multi-millionaire that told me his life is better than mine. I don't feel sorry for a man that tells me I fly private jets, you don't. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, Jermall. But don't expect no sympathy or empathy from me. I don't expect y'all to give me any sympathy or empathy if I lose my bag. Not at all. I wish him well, but you ain't gonna get, man, you ain't getting no sympathy from me. Hell the fuck no. No. Live your life. Get off the ground. Stand up. Go get a fight. Go get a check. If Al Heyman don't have a check for you, call Bob Arum. You got to go and create a play at this point. You can't put shit in autoplay. Autoplay is over at PBC. It's over. Tony Harrison had to go create a fight somehow, some way. Maybe Al Heyman helped. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't, but it's not coming out of Al Heyman's budget because there is no budget. Y'all see the card they putting on? I just read it off. Ponce, whatever the hell. Oh, man, I don't even know who they are. I know Django. Shout out to my favorite COVID welterweight. And this is what I want to say too. America is raising weak ass men. Weak ass men. Weak ass men that go to the internet as a source of inspiration. Nigga, don't you believe in God? I thought the Bible was your ultimate source of inspiration. I thought you believed in God so much that you believed in yourself. We become personality worshipers. The more personalities you worship, the weaker you will become as a man. The more you spend online in the comment section disrespecting people, you can disagree. I mean, that's common, right? But you spend all day disrespecting people, going from channel to channel. I hate Fred. I hate this guy. I hate her. You a weak ass man. You a weak ass man. Weak ass man. Why the people that you hating is out there really getting the bag. But first, protecting their family. Shout out to all the men that's protecting their families, man, and providing for their families, man. They gonna give you all this black talk. The internet. If you want the black talk, man, you could click on any. Oh yeah, the black talk. Motherfuckers ain't got a family trying to teach you how to raise a family. Motherfucker failed at being a father trying to teach you how to be a father. That's the internet in 2023, dog. Because on the internet, because the internet is I lost my train of thought. Damn. I lost it. But it's an horrific place. You know what I mean? For false prophets. It's so many false prophets on the internet. Oh, it's so many false prophets on the internet, man. And y'all better get to the bag, man. Y'all better love that one. I got mostly men in here. Y'all better love that woman. Y'all better love that woman. Y'all better build your family. Y'all better build and create assets. If not, you're a coward. You're really a super coward. You're really a super coward if you coming online talking that black talk and you ain't got no assets. You having kids with no assets, having kids with no rings. I'm just flabbergasted at it. You know what I mean? Like it don't make much sense. But anyways, man, I'm gonna transition because we're gonna have some fun tonight. Oh man. Here we go. Let me go on here and do this real quick. Let me go here. First I got Jared Hurd. Shout out to Jared Hurd. Jared Hurd said something that's real interesting. Jared Hurd said he wants to fight 3 times a year. Let's listen to this.
My ideal year every year, I would say 3 fights a year. My ideal year every year, I would say 3 fights a year.
One more time for the people in the back.
My ideal year every year, I would say 3 fights a year.
Hey, isn't it ironic? Isn't it ironic that every fighter at PBC wants to fight 3 times a year, but can't? How? No money. But that's another fighter. But let's get to Deontay Wilder.
It's another thing. Why we got? Another thing we're gonna change about these fighters, about getting this money. Stop getting this money when it's over. You gotta pay me after the time the fight is over with. That's what other fighters gotta get to too. Waiting and all that. Because any other business shit, after the job's done, we want your money. We didn't want to wait no month or 2 weeks or 3. We need it now. That's another thing that needs to be changed.
Let's listen to it again. Deontay Wilder.
It's another thing. Why we got? Another thing we're gonna change about these fighters, about getting this money. Stop getting this money when it's over. You gotta pay me after the time the fight is over with. That's what other fighters gotta get to too. Waiting and all that. Because any other business shit, after the job's done, we want your money. We didn't want to wait no month or 2 weeks or 3. We need it now. That's another thing that needs to be changed.
So we discredited Adrian Broner. We discredited Sean Porter, who agreed with Adrian Broner. Oh, Adrian Broner, what the hell are you talking about? He done lost. No one gives a fuck about Adrian Broner. Well, what's your thoughts on Deontay Wilder? Oscar De La Hoya ain't paid him, what, since fight 8, fight 9, fight 10, somewhere in there? Do y'all discredit the Bronze Bomber? Am I still a hater? If you ain't getting paid on the front end, how the hell is there back end? That's why when people say back end on the internet, they don't know what the fuck they talking about. That's Al Heyman leveraging their hard work earned money to create more wealth. But let's hear this shit again, because y'all really need to really hone in.
It's another thing. Why we got? Another thing we're gonna change about these fights, about getting this money. Stop getting this money when it's over. You gotta pay me after the time the fight is over with. That's what other fighters gotta get to too. Waiting and all that. Because any other business shit, after the job's done, we want your money. We didn't want to wait no month or 2 weeks or 3. We need it now. That's another thing that needs to be changed.
Fred don't know what he talking about. Fred over there hating on Al Heyman. Fred done woke the masses up, man. Deontay Wilder done came out and said something. Ooh, Lordy. Oh, man. Who pays him? Is it Steven Espinoza? Is it Al Heyman? Is it TGB? Who y'all gonna blame now? That's why I told you guys last week. You guys are bigger fans of Al Heyman than you are of Errol Spence and Deontay Wilder. I told you that last week. Because you guys are advocating for things that if they're your favorite fighter, they don't fit their personal interests. You're advocating for Errol Spence to fight Keith Thurman when he told you he don't want to fight him. You out here protecting Al Heyman when Deontay Wilder says, hey, the money ain't coming. The money ain't coming when it's supposed to be there. Now, is Fred crazy? Or is Fred a hero now? Yeah, I'm a hero now because guess what Fred did? Fred woke up the masses. I fearlessly woke up the masses while y'all protected a lie. Now, are y'all going to go back to them guys that taught y'all Fred was lying? He was hating on Al Heyman? Deontay don't get his money. I thought you were a Wilder fan. D don't get his money after he knocked some guy out and go to the back and get drug tested. They supposed to hand that man a check. Here, D, we don't give you 15%, 20%, 30%, because Al Heyman is short on funds. He ain't got no allies in the network business no more. No more. It's over. Finito. Finish. They hanging on by the skin of their chin. Y'all don't like the ugly truth. What Malachi say, a well-dressed up lie? Y'all like well-dressed up lies. Fred's been hating. How the hell am I hating and I read the Wall Street Journal? How the hell am I hating when fighters call me and give me personal accounts? And then if I hear 5 or 6 personal accounts that sounds real similar, I guess it's time to believe it. So at the end of all this, I'm really y'all savior. I spoke the truth. Oh, Fred, you don't know what the hell you talking about. You just hate Al Heyman. Nah, I don't hate Al Heyman. The man is a fraud. But there's black people that believed in Elijah Muhammad. There's black people that believed in Professor York. There's black people that believed in that pastor that was touching little boys or the priest that was touching little boys. Idol worshipers. Idol worshipers is at an all-time high in the black community amongst black men because there's no black fathers in the house, biological black fathers in the house. And that's why so many YouTubers can look up to Al Heyman like he's Jesus when they never met him. They don't know if he's Catholic, Christian, an atheist, agnostic, Republican, Democrat. But Fred's crazy, huh? Grown men looking up to other grown men like they gods. They can do no wrong. Fred saved more black. Fred literally woke up more black fighters and more black fans than anyone probably in the history of media in boxing. I've been telling y'all this since 2021. This day is coming. I told you it was going to be a long summer. I knew Adrian Broner was leaving. I knew Tank Davis was leaving, but I didn't want to say it. I told y'all this. Now Floyd owns PBC, but he's doing a pay-per-view event the same day they got a card on Showtime. I thought the only way to do business is on Showtime, but I guess it's not. I'm going to go to the O2 Arena without Showtime and get this overseas money so I can go into a separate account because Al Heyman has access to my other accounts. So I got to put this money in another account so Al Heyman can't touch it. Oh, man. And let me tell you this. Fighters got to wait up to a year for their money. I heard a fighter say he didn't get his money for a year. I'm not going to say the name. Oh, but Fred lying. I don't believe you. You're lying. I don't believe you. Well, Wilder said a month. So if Wilder said a month, it's probably 3 months. I'm just going to make that assumption. You don't. And I respect Wilder for doing this. I respect Wilder for being fearless and selfless enough when you're worth over $30 million. The man is worth over $30 million. I'm assuming that's what somebody told me. I don't know, but I'm just saying he's probably worth 50 million. I don't know. He got assets, so ain't no telling how much the man is worth. Let's just say the man is worth a buku lot of money. The fact that he is selfless enough to bring awareness to this subject matter when every time he gets into the ring, he makes millions. Whether he win, whether he lose, whether you don't like the way he fight, whether you love the way he fight, every time Deontay Wilder walks in the ring, he leaves the ring with millions of dollars. And this is why I have an affinity for Deontay Wilder. Because similar to me, y'all laughed that they took my credentials. I literally gave them my credentials. All I had to do was apologize. I said, no, I'm never apologizing for what the truth is. I didn't get my credentials taken all at one time. But y'all fall for the okie doke. See, y'all like narratives instead of the truth. I tell y'all the truth. Y'all go look for a narrative. No. We're fools. That's a lot of fucking money. 30 million. God damn, 30 million. All my money's in assets. I don't have a lot of cash on hand. God damn. The man said he worth $30 million. That's crazy. That's a lot of money. And but now we at a fork in the road now. See, here's where the men stand up. From this point forth, anybody who's speaking positive about Al Heyman in the media and they're black and they Wilder fans, or you hate Wilder, you could be either one. The man said he's fighting to get rid of this expensive VADA testing. He's going to speak out against for the sanctioning fees for you to get your paycheck on time. If y'all ostracize this man now, something is really wrong with y'all. because y'all ostracized me and called me crazy when I was worth millions doing God's work. I was doing God's work. Literally doing God's work, trying to wake the people up. Spent $10,000 on an event, got not 1 cent back. Bought tickets for 6 pair of tickets so people can go to the Spence Sean Porter fight. Didn't ask for a dime back. But this is what happens when you got the baby daddy community in the YouTube community. If they ain't talking about whatever they talking about, you got the baby daddy community. Go to your favorite YouTuber and be like, and say, does he talk about family at all? Does he love his wife? Does he talk about his kids at least one every 4 or 5 streams? I'm just keeping it a buck. The baby daddy community is running amok now in the YouTube blogger sphere. Yeah, running amok. I sit here calmly every night. I'm the only platform in the history of platforms to let you talk to Deontay Wilder. You didn't have to pay. You didn't have to pay no Cash App, no Patreon, no Super Chat. Deontay Wilder came in here for 2 hours and talked to y'all. And what did Fred do? Sit back and let you do who you want to be. Any guest that come in here, Bob Arum, has any other platform allowed you to speak to Bob Arum? And you can say what you want to say to him. I just sit here, and if they say get him off, get him off. It's never happened. Never happened. I brought all these people in to wake the people up, man. Fred needs nothing from these men but an interview once a year when I was doing interviews. I don't need them for a free meal or credential. I still got full-blown access waiting on me as long as Bob Arum is alive. I don't know how they're going to treat me when he's gone. But while he's alive, I can get what I want, man. You're not connected, Mike Jones. Never taking them up on it. Meanwhile, motherfuckers kissing Al Heyman ass when he robbing 300 families. So let me explain something to you. Let me explain something to y'all. Since we got a lot of street dudes, because men who take care of their family and aren't in the streets every day and aren't saying Crip and Blood and Essay. Let me break it down for you. And let's say you had a drug deal, right? No, you're not blocked. You got to come on. Your device is not connected. Let's say you had a shipment from LA to New York. You had 10 kilos, right? And they say when you get back, I'm going to pay you in kilos, right? So let's say you ship 30 kilos. When you come back to LA, I'm going to have 5 kilos waiting on you. And you get back to LA after you did the shipment, risk your life, risk 30 years. Because that's a federal case now. You know what I mean? You on that 10 freeway to the 95 or, you're probably going to take Route 66. You know what I mean? So there's no police on Route 6. So I hear. I don't know. And when you get back to LA, the man hands you 5 ounces and says, instead of 5 keys, he hands you 5 ounces. And he says, just wait. Give me some time. I'm gonna get the 5 keys give me some time. I'll have it for you. You like, hold up. I just risked life in prison for you. The hell you talking about? Ain't that what fighters say? They risk their life. We made a deal. You risk prison time, you risk your life, and you don't get rewarded when you're supposed to get rewarded? You get what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's just the reality. That's what's happening at PBC. There's a lot of PBC fighters that really don't know how much they're making because they don't get all their money at once. The back end money, no, it's what you owe me money. Deontay Wilder said it. Y'all don't believe me? Like to hear it?
There's another thing. Why we got? There's another thing we're gonna change about these fighters, about getting this money. Stop getting this money when it's over. You gotta pay me after the time the fight is over with. That's what other fighters gotta get to too. Waiting and all that. Because any other business shit, after the job's done, we want your money. We didn't want to wait no month or 2 weeks or 3. We need it now. That's another thing that needs to be changed.
Ellie missed the follow-up question. This is why I'm great. Everybody else is good. I'm great. That would have been an hour conversation on the business of boxing. We would have got all the way back down to his first check. Or as much as he wanted to give, man. Wilder different, man. I'm telling you, Wilder different. Oh, he can't fight. He can't do this. The motherfucker in real time is protecting you. The man is worth $30 million. The man is worth $30 million and he's fighting for you. Do you understand what the hell I'm saying? Listen to what I'm saying. The man is worth over $30 million with assets. So he's worth more. And he's fighting for the common fighter. He's fighting for the 6-round fighter, the 8-round fighter, the 4-round fighter. The fighter who loses on the come up, and now he got to go back to 10-round fights, and they only giving him $50,000, but his promoter is fucking robbing him, getting 33% plus his 10%. Oh, my gosh. Why do you think Al Heyman puts those low guarantees on the damn, or no guarantees? I'm going to echo every time Deontay Wilder says some shit. If I don't hear it, make sure y'all DM me because I want to echo his voice. And I don't care what promoter it is. Don't care. I don't care if it's Bob Arum, Eddie Hearn, who the other ones? The other ones don't really matter at this point. But Frank Warren, any one of them. Man, the man's worth $30 million, and he's talking for Lil B-Hop, the man who called him a piece of shit. The man ain't got no belt. He's a 10-round fighter now, but guess what? He want Lil B-Hop to get what? Medi-Cal benefits, retirement, medical benefits, retirement, get paid on time. Who else done disrespected Wilder? Who else done disrespected that man? And I'm not saying this from a standpoint of like in pure admiration. I respect that the fact that the man don't have to do this. Y'all didn't respect me doing it, so I fall back. And now I'm just a Geppetto, you know what I mean, on this YouTube platform. The man got a handful of kids. Yo, if y'all don't put respect on Wilder's name now, I don't know what the fuck wrong with y'all. I got so much respect for Wilder, man. For real. He different, man. Oh, he ain't got no jab. He ain't got this. This man This man is standing up to Al Heyman. I wish I could pull the other interview, man, where he said they. Oh, he said you can put they on whoever you want to put it on. Oh, it's gonna come out when you get a mature journalist. See, the reason why they won't ask the follow-up question, even though they're supposed to, is because of what? They want their credentials. They want the free food. Because now it done split wide open now. Earl Spence is in the bind. Al Heyman is forcing Terrence Crawford, not Terrence, what's the man's name? Keith Thurman on him at 154. He don't defend his belts, and he thinks he's playing Earl to make him think that he's doing him a favor. Here's what we'll do. We'll fight at 154 and do the nah. He ain't doing Earl no favors. None. And I mean it. Jared Hurd said he want to fight 3 times next year. Listen, did y'all hear Jared?
My ideal year every year, I would say 3 fights a year.
Did y'all hear?
My ideal year every year, I would say 3 fights a year.
Ooh, 3 fights a year. How's that gonna happen? I'm a big Jared Hurd fan. Huge Jared Hurd fan. In terms of his character, he's calm, he's cool, he's collective, he's always holding his future wife's hand, and I love Jared Hurd. Just how I've grown to respect Terrence Crawford. You know what I mean? I love the maturity in Earl Spence now. I love it. Love it. The man walked in the Tank Davis locker room and says, I'm a family man now. I respect that. That's why I always disagree with Muhammad, man. Mr. Leon Muhammad. You know what I mean? Like, nah, you ain't gonna disrespect the man when the man changed his life. I respect that about these men. I saw Earl Spence first fight. He don't know it, but I saw it. Him and Marcus Brown on the same card out here in LA. Love it. Love that these men are becoming men. I never got to talk to them again. I could follow them on Instagram and be happy and say, I know I've added at least 0.5% today to something in their career. I can take that with me. And they've added something on this platform. I'm forever thankful for it. But yeah, man, the big picture is these motherfucking frauds and these crooks. And y'all love PBC fighters. Y'all love all these names, right? Then we say the reason why we like PBC fighters because they got the most notable names, and they do. That's why I went to a lot of their fights. Instead of having steak dinners with Bob Arum on Friday night, you know what I did? I went to PBC fights and got disrespected by an old, ugly white lady. And y'all thought I was mad at her. No, I was going. Man, I wish y'all understood, man. I was going for the people, man. The people, man. And just like Wilder, doing it for the people. But y'all reposted a meme of him getting knocked out and this and that. And you were Wilder fans before the fight, but now you posted memes because he lost a fight. His character didn't change. Yeah, the Clippers balling right now. They up 20. I was going to take Lincoln to this game, but I'm not really a big fan of neither team. They had some good seats too. But yeah, it's all a game of charades. If you don't have your answer now, you never will. I'm not asking for these YouTubers to apologize because they never will because they baby daddies. They don't have integrity. If they had integrity, they would go get their family. If they had integrity, they wouldn't have 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6 baby mamas, 8 baby mamas. And not realizing, hey, I got to marry one of these women because my son is never going to respect me. Now my son is 20 years old and he's a baby daddy now because I didn't respect his mama. So I don't respect these motherfuckers to respect me and my plight. I don't respect them to expect, and I don't. But we just sit here. We just sit here and allow this shit to get And you guys see, I woke up before COVID, like 2019. I didn't wake up, but I started being more boisterous in like 2019, 2018. Y'all said, oh, Fred, crazy. He weird. How the fuck am I weird and I'm leading a family? How is that weird? Oh, he's speaking the truth now, man. Oh, he weird. And y'all felt for the shit. He crazy. He gonna snap. I don't know what people say. I'm just making the assumptions, man. He gonna snap. He crazy. Kids doing great. Kids are doing spectacular, man. You know what I mean? That's how you judge a man when they kids turn 40 years old. That's how you know what the parents did. Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah, I got some more stuff for Leon Muhammad. I didn't know he didn't like Clarissa Shields, man. I'm like, damn, you don't like nobody. You know, I think Clarissa Shields got a chance to win a Nobel Peace Prize. You know what I mean? I really think I'm gonna keep it a buck. Hopefully someone can send this to Clarissa Shields. You ain't got to be a sex symbol no more. Nah, you got 2 gold medals. You're a leading actress now. You're a 3 belt holder in 3 divisions, undisputed, undefeated. Don't be a sex symbol. Be a leader. She's engaged, about to get married. You ain't got to twerk no more. You ain't got to do that. Trust me, you're going to go a whole lot further. You're going to be on Good Morning America. You're going to be America's darling. And don't worry about the people that hate you. Stop responding to the people that don't like you. All right. The life you have is on a level of Elon Musk's wealth. There's only one person in the world that has Clarissa Shields accolades. There's only one man in the world that has Elon Musk's wealth. I know he lost his wealth because of the stock prices and all that, but you get my point. No one in the history of this earth has the accolades Clarissa Shields has obtained. No one. There's a 1 in 8 billion chance that you can beat Clarissa Shields. That's ridiculous, man. That's insane. So shout out to Clarissa Shields. You ain't got to be an actress, be a leading lady, and you're gonna be a superstar. You literally can be the female version of The Rock. You know, I'm just keeping it a buck. Stay in shape, get married, have beautiful kids, continue to dominate boxing, and somebody clip that and give this to her. Put it on your social media and tag her. Because I've never spent much time with her. But she's always outside the ring. She's always been a woman. She's never been manly or masculine to me outside of her wanting to fight Keith Thurman. You know, she said she was sparring Keith Thurman. I think that was my interview. You know, so she got it. She got everything. So, but as I digress back into Al Heyman, the Al Heymanites. Have y'all met Al Heyman before? But it's kind of like Elijah Muhammad, you know what I mean? Where kind of like Jesus, right? You got to have faith the size of a mustard seed. It's a Ponzi scheme, man. Al is shaving shit off the top. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. And how about the poor fighters that's making $100,000? You saw what he did to Johnny Rice. He wasn't paying Johnny Rice. He said, man, go over there and sit down somewhere. I'm gonna pay you one time, and that's it, because I don't expect you to win. You're supposed to lose to Michael Coffey the second time. And what happened? The man never fought again. He shelved the black man. Meanwhile, I'm talking about Johnny Rice at least once a week. I'm still the only man that may mention. I still mention Mikhail Fox Probably the only YouTuber that still do, you know. But yeah, man, why don't y'all beam in and talk to me, man? If you disagree with me, how about you beam in? Beam in and disagree with me. I'm too right tonight, right? Because I got first person accounts tonight, so no one can come in here and say, Fred, you're a liar. You don't know what the hell you talking about. You don't know nothing, man. In my Goldie voice, man. But y'all so used to Al Heyman saying, I want to be your mama, your daddy, your pappy, your lover. I want to be everything to you, baby. Can you dig it, baby? Can you dig it, baby? And everybody on YouTube say, yeah, I can dig it, baby. Kiss the ring, baby. Kiss the ring. That's what your YouTube channels are, man. Oh, man. Pimping black champions, man. Al Heyman's the best to ever do it, man. You know, he's the best to ever do it, man. And I woke y'all up before it was popular. But now it's about to get popular. Because guess what Brian Custer's going to do? Brian Custer's going to ask the questions. I'm not really in the mood to sit down with a man for an hour at this point. You know, I mean, maybe I'll do it. But Brian Custer's going to interview Deontay Wilder. And he going to talk about it. I don't know if anybody else is, I don't know if anybody else is courageous enough to do it. Ellie had him. Ellie had it. Ellie did a good job last night. But the fuck, what he could have had. But he was in the PBC gym. You got Sean there. You got Mark Maseko. You got Malik Scott. You got Deontay Wilder. So he's like, oh, shit. I know you talking about Al Heyman and Brittany Goosen and who else? Shelly Finkel and who else? What's the other guy? Steven Espinoza and how they conduct business. Oh, I ain't asking that follow-up question. I ain't about to be hated. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. You know what I'm saying? I would say because of the information era. See the difference between Don King and Al Heyman, and you guys got to understand what I'm saying. Please understand what I'm saying. Don King never had $1 billion at one time to dissolve and build a business. This is why Al Heyman is worse than Don King. From a business standpoint, I don't know about individual tracks. From business and operations, Al Heyman had $1 billion and failed. You give me $1 billion, it's over. It's over. Matter of fact, it's over right now. I want to live to see my grandkids, my great grandkids. Like I really want to see them. You know what I mean? I want to see 4 generations. You know, and I had my kids maybe a little too late to get there, but still, you know what I mean? But if I can get to the 4th generation and get them the wealth of information and so they can see the hard work and while I'm alive, I'll have my son and daughter and my grandkids telling them what Dre and I did. I think that's powerful. I think it's powerful. And I hope y'all get there too. Because this is the year of the assets, y'all. We building assets in 2023. 2023. It's time. It's really, really time, man. So now we got the information for the people who coming in because the numbers keep on growing and growing and growing.
It's another thing. Why we got? Another thing we're gonna change about these fights, about getting this money. Stop getting this money when it's over. You gotta pay me after the time the fight is over with. That's what other fighters gotta get to too. Waiting and all that. Because any other business shit, after the job done, we want your money. We didn't want to wait no month or 2 weeks or 3. We need it now. That's another thing that needs to be changed. There's another.
A month? That means if you're waiting a month, how many cards do PBC put on in 2 months? 2 fights? So what you make on pay-per-view is paying for the next fight. So when Deontay Wilder fought Tyson Fury, he's literally financing PBC fights. He's getting the Floyd Mayweather treatment. That's why Floyd Mayweather is livid. Man, listen. It's a fact. Yeah, they're gonna protect Al Heyman. Oh, big time shots at Al Heyman. But it's the truth though. But now now we're gonna cover up though. We're gonna cover up. Oh, we're gonna cover this up now. No one want to talk about that. I might have to talk about this every day. Because now I got the gun I've been looking for. I found my AK-47. Deontay Wilder is my AK-47. I found it. I finally got it. Finally got it. I had an AK-47, but it was an older model. It was Adrian Broner. But now I got another AK-47, the one that y'all like. You know what I mean? The automatic. You know, fully automatic. Hey, you know what I'm saying? At some point, Wilder, he and I talk, but he got. I'm still trying to convince myself to interview Bob Arum. It's been 3 months. Man, listen. Q City World. Let's see. Say hello to my little friend. Yes, go ahead, brother.
What's up, man?
Hey, what's up?
So, man, what you out here talking about, man? You cool, you right now in this situation about Al Heyman. They hiding Earl Spence from Terrence Crawford.
Mm-hmm.
But you sit up here and talk about Al Heyman every motherfucking day. And it ain't just Al, it's the whole fucking boxing. It's Eddie Hearns. It's Bob Arum. And you just sit up here and talk about Al every day, dog. You don't even know if fucking Al alive. Al might be dead or something, bro. We ain't seen Al Heyman since Floyd Mayweather fight. And then you act like you a fucking god, dude. You want motherfuckers to worship you, bro. You a regular motherfucker, man.
I want you to worship me.
I know you do, dog.
I
know you do, bro. You won't. I'll listen to you, bro. I'll be watching your bitch ass. You sit up here, you know, motherfucker, every motherfucking day. I'm a guy. Ain't nobody right. I'm right. Nigga, you ain't shit, dog. Right. You ain't no philanthropist. You ain't out there helping little kids, and you ain't helping the homeless in LA. You ain't doing shit, bro. Quit talking like you the motherfucking shit, bro. You a fucking infiltrator, bro. You got on by Floyd Mayweather, nigga. Floyd put you on. You feel me? We wouldn't even know who the fuck you was if you would have did that cancer motherfucking documentary with Floyd Mayweather.
I never saw.
What's up with cancer, dog? Is you helping people with cancer? No, nigga, you just want to be famous, dog. You want to be famous. You're not
gonna let me talk. I'm gonna kick you out.
Man, shut up, bro. You weak as hell, bro. Don't ever come at me with that shit, bro.
Shut up, nigga. Shut up, nigga. Get the hell out of here. Trey plays Saturday. What time at the moment? But I think. Oh man, you poor baby, you papacito. Oh, you so mad. You hate me so much that you had an accent, so you're probably down south. So it's at least 1042 where you at. You hate me so much. But instead of fucking your girl, reading a bedtime story to your kids, you in here with me. I got control over you. I own your mind. You are mine. That's the baby daddy syndrome. That's the baby daddy syndrome. That is the baby daddy syndrome. That is the epitome. I think this is the first time this week we talked about Al Haymon. We talked about relationships and fatherhood the first 2 days. But I'm going to be an antagonist, though. Oh, best believe Fred is going to be an antagonist. Oh, he's going to be an antagonist. You know what I mean? For sure. When I talk about myself in third person, I get excited. Oh, man. Saturday. Okay, perfect. 1 second. Oh, man. So where were we? Oh, we were talking about Al Haymon. I ain't got to get my Al Haymon fix, dog. I got to get it because but that's another thing. But that's a whole nother thing. Is when a black man is sick. Here's when a black man is sick. Here's where a black man is sick. He always will compare a black man's guilt and guilty actions in comparison to a white man. Why we just can't stay focused on the incident that we talk of? Why we just can't stay focused on the subject? Oh, Bob Arum doing it. But we ain't talking about Bob Arum tonight. When Bob Arum did them steroids, you know what I did for what's the guy's name? The fighter, Oscar Valdez. You know what I did? I challenge everybody to unsubscribe to ESPN Plus, not watch the fight. What y'all do? Shut the fuck up, bitch ass. Y'all shut the fuck up. Oh, yeah. You shut the fuck up. Yeah, you shut the fuck up. That's what you did. You shut the fuck up. You didn't do nothing about it. Shut the fuck up. You didn't do nothing about it. And you still here? Man, get the fuck out of here, man. Go get the girl. It's the West Coast, man. It's Tuesday night, Wednesday night, whatever night it is, man. You're doing exactly what you say you're not going to do. You worshiping me. I am your God. I'm your superhero. I'm a supernatural to you. Oh, man. Come on, man. Who else want to come in here? Oh, man. Who else want to come in? Come on in. Man, I'm going to help you leave. I'm going to block you so you never got to come in here again, and you go spend time with your kids. How about that? Now you go spend time with your kids, okay? Now you're good. You can go spend time, go read some bedtime stories, maybe go buy a grand piano and teach your kids how to play piano, get piano lessons at home. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, feel free. Now you never got to come in here again. Oh, yeah. Hey, they big mad now because their savior is guilty. Oh, y'all ain't hear the news, huh? Let's hear it one more time.
There's another thing. Why we got? There's another thing we're gonna change about these fighters, about getting this money. Stop getting this money when it's over. You gotta pay me after the time the fight is over with. That's what other fighters gotta get to too. Waiting and all that. Because any other business shit, after the job done, we want your money. We didn't want to wait no month or 2 weeks or 3. We need it now. That's another thing that need to be changed.
No, I haven't watched it. I heard about it, but I ain't watch it, read it, nothing like that. Yeah, man. See, now they dead red. So now we got to talk about Bob Arum and Eddie Hearn and talk about Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn is guilty too. You can't just talk about my boxing daddy. You can't just talk about my boxing daddy. A white man did it too. Didn't I not talk of? Didn't we do a show on that last week? Didn't I post it on my Instagram? Let's see. I think I posted on my Instagram. Let's see if I do. The Hotep Negroes. The Hotep Negroes form Voltron. This is for the Hotep Negroes. This is for the Hotep Negroes. Oh, the Hotep Negroes. You didn't repost it. Oh, see, I had the courage to post it, but you didn't repost what I put. Oh, Papacito. Papacito. Oh, I posted it last week. Oh, but you didn't repost it. And I predicted this, and I was called a hater. And I will be correct about PBC. Oh, they lost all this money. And you didn't repost what I put. Oh, Papacito. You love white men so much. See, they hate white men so much that they work for them. Y'all pro-black Negroes hate white people so much that you work for them. Oh, I hate white people. Man, Fred this, Fred that. Fred don't love black people, but you love white people. You love them so much, you say yes, sir, every morning. You love them so much, you say yes, sir, every morning. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You want me here at 8 o'clock? Yes, sir. I get 10 days vacation a year? Yes, sir. Oh, man. You know what I'm saying? 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 Fred hate black people. Fred hate black people. But you know what? I love black people so much, I'm going to go make a white man wealthy. Fred hate black people so much. I had a $20,000 payroll last week. About 70% of it went to black people. About 70%. I had to pay out $20,000. I'm going to pay about $20,000 this week. That's my payroll. That's payroll. Y'all talking to a man who really does this in real life, man. I create jobs. I create opportunities. Fuck this Hotep inspirational, I feel good talk. Nigga, do it in real life. How about you do it in real life? How many people are you employing? How many kids are you mentoring? I wish I could count how many black lives Dre done saved in her doctoral career. Since we talking real numbers, since we want to talk real numbers, I can go in her office and show you 40 to 50 cards from parents. You saved my daughter, my son's life. Lincoln's classmate. Lincoln. Let's see if I want Lincoln to tell this story. Lincoln. Damn, he's asleep. Lincoln. He's asleep. He's asleep. You know Dre saved a black boy's life? You know Fred saved a little black boy? Dre saves Lincoln's classmate's brother's life in real life? Man. Whew. Fuck the viewers. I don't give a fuck how many people in here. I'm not doing this for views, likes, and money. I'm doing this for the truth. People don't want to hear the truth. People go elsewhere to be entertained, and I'm not mad. Go be entertained. I know how to get my views up. I can go interview Deontay Wilder. I can go interview Bob Arum. I don't feel like it. I could bring the same people on. This phone has the same phone numbers. I could bring them on if I want. I don't give a fuck about views. I got 230 people in here right now. I'm good. I'm happy. Leave me alone. I'm not counting my views. Come on, man. Y'all sick, man. This is YouTube. I know how to get views. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Have no desire. Really don't want to. Haven't interviewed someone in outside of Bob Arum? Shit. Nah, it's 2 channels. But since you don't, but why are you here? How about if we have one less? So now 163, I'm gonna block you, and we got 162. How's that? We got 162 people now. We got one less person. How about that? How about that? Now you can go on about your merry way and, you know what I mean, do what you need to do what you want to do, and have a great time. Oh, man. Oh, man, they feelings hurt now, man. Oh, man, Papacito. Oh, man. See, their God is guilty now. Now that God is guilty, it's Barbershop Conversations Live. Is the other channel. It's the backup channel. But yeah, man, it's 220 people in here total. All right, 230 now. But it just fluctuates up and down, up and down. No big deal. Don't give a damn. Wilder's in LA. I could call Wilder right now and he will pick up. He'd be like, man, what's up, Fred? This and that, man. I don't have a desire to do it. I'm gonna tell you what I really love doing. Going to dance class with Kennedy, doing homework, going in the backyard, playing basketball with Lincoln, hanging out with Dre, going to dinner on Fridays. That's what I really in love doing right now. I'm just telling you right now. That's where I'm at. That's what my mindset is. I have a great team who work with me, so I don't have to work as much. I work full time, 2 days a week. You know what I mean? It's when the show ends, I'm gonna do my stock portfolio for the day and see where it's at and see what happens. And you know what I mean? Check the interest rates every day because I want to put some, I want to buy some more buildings, but the interest rates are a little too high. I'm just waiting on the bubble to bust because I got cash on hand and I'm gonna just buy some property. So if the bubble bursts, I win. If the bubble don't burst, I still win. You know, so that's and that's just the truth. But yeah, so we getting more and more. It's 240 people in there, so we still growing. So let me show y'all this clip.
There's another thing. Why we got? There's another thing we're gonna change about these fights, about getting this money. Stop getting this money when it's over. You gotta pay me after the time the fight is over with. That's what other fights gotta get to too. Waiting and all that. Because any other business shit, after the job done, we want your money. We ain't want to wait no month or 2 weeks or 3. We need it now. That's another thing that needs to be changed.
Broner said he waited up to 6 months to a year for his check. 6 months to a year. Y'all called him a liar. The check comes from a promotional company. The check doesn't come from the network. Okay? TGB pays him, which is a shell company for who? Al Heyman. I gotta teach y'all everything, man. See now we got the people who's coming in here protecting the protectors, the first line infantry, the first unit of infantry has reached the beaches of Barbershop Conversations. Al Heyman took a lot of Adrian Broner's Manny Pacquiao money. Trust me. And Manny Pacquiao's, allegedly. I'm willing to bet Al Heyman probably still owes Adrian Broner a lot of money from that Pacquiao fight. I'm willing to bet. I bet you. As what Kanye West say? Gotcha. 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 Oh man. Hey, Hey, LeBron trying to get to Kareem as soon as possible, man. He throwing everything up. Gotcha. Thank God no one was harmed. What Kanye say? No one was harmed. But yeah, man, Canelo made sure he got his 40 minutes off the rip, though. See, that's the whole thing. Canelo get his off the top, but Wilder don't. Come on, man. Hey. I want all the blackies to hear me. All the people that said Fred hates black people. Now y'all got to hear me out now. Canelo got his. Adrian Broner, Sean Porter. Deontay Wilder didn't. So that means Al Haymon got different rules. He got different strokes for different folks. If you Mexican, he pay you. If you black, he make you wait. LeBron got 39. He gonna end up with 50. For sure. He a week away from breaking Kareem's record. That's amazing. And one. Yep. Definitely no team ball. Definitely not no team ball. Who wants to come in? Anybody want to come in? Anybody? Is there a disgruntled PBCer? A PBCer? Is there a PBCer that is disgruntled, that is mad at me because they done came from another YouTube channel that hates me and now they got to defend it? Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm asking, is there? Is there? No. Not tonight. Maybe tomorrow when we're talking about fatherhood. We'll go back to fatherhood. We'll have a comfortable crowd in here. We'll have about 100 people in here, and we'll talk fatherhood tomorrow. Is that better? Y'all don't want to talk about the truth. Y'all don't want to come in and disagree with me on what you can't disagree with me anymore. Anybody that comes in and disagree with me, you know what I'm gonna do? Hey, when somebody says, Fred, you a hater.
There's another thing. Why we got what? There's another thing we're gonna change about these fighters, about getting this money. Stop getting this money when it's over. You gotta pay me after the time the fight is over with. That's what other fighters gotta get to too. Waiting and all that. Because any other business shit, after the job done, we want your money. We didn't want to wait no month or 2 weeks or 3. We need it now. That's another thing that needs to be changed.
Oh, we need it now. Oh, Jerry. See, Jerry don't want to call because my phone lines are fucked up. You know, let's see if my phone line works tonight. Let's see. Who wants to call in? Let's see if my phone line works. I don't know, man. I done reset it and did everything humanly possible. Let's see if you want to call me now, because people don't want to be me. You can call me and hate me. You can hate me now, but I won't stop now. You can hate me now. Nah, Wilder ain't about to get no phone call. Shit. Wilder that dude, man. Wilder that dude, man. Nah, Wilder that man. Go ahead, Anthony.
What's up, Fred?
Hey, what's up?
I hear you got smoke tonight, huh?
Oh, yeah.
You got smoke for everybody, huh?
Especially for you.
Nah, you ain't got no smoke for me. Wilder ain't said nothing that Floyd Mayweather ain't said a long time ago.
Okay.
Floyd said you got to wait on that back end money. He been said that. He said the back end money is different. So it ain't nothing new. It's no surprise to anyone.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, the way Wilder put it, saying a month, 3 weeks, 2 weeks, seemed like it's even shorter than what Floyd was trying to tell Jake Paul. He told Jake Paul he's still collecting checks from years ago. So what's new?
Okay. Nothing.
Oh,
And
okay.
that's the whole point. Nothing.
Okay. I mean, I called in because you said nobody want to call in. Well, you got smoke.
Ooh.
All right, man. But there was some good. That was a lot of good information from Wilder, man. He seemed to be in a very good place. You know what I'm saying, in his life.
He's happy.
Yeah, he seemed to be in a really, really good place, man. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Because one of the most important things that he was speaking on when it came down to the money was that there's so many fighters out there that end up with nothing at the end of their career,
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, they end up with less than nothing because they don't even have their health.
This right, yeah, right.
I think that's a whole lot more important than these guys waiting for, some millions of dollars for a month or so. You know what I'm saying, to get that money, a few $1 million, because I don't know. I mean, I heard some other people talk about it. Not Steven, but Rachel Donaire, the WBC president. I can't think of his name right now. Suleiman, and the way they describe it when people ask that question, why can't they do something about this sport? And as far as all that goes, and they say it's not like like you can't compare it to the NFL, the NBA and MLB, is because it's not one organization that's that regulates it, I guess, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the reason why.
Each promotional outfit can be its own league. AFC, NFC, AFC East, same thing, right? They can similar, not same.
Yeah, but it's just that one NFL banner that is over all of that. I mean, I understand what you're saying. Divisionally, they have divisions in it, but it's still under one banner, the NFL or the MLB or NBA. And boxing isn't like that. And he gave a lot of good reasons why, but like you said, it seems like it shouldn't be that hard to do. I mean, just make it, boxing in America. American boxing can establish its own thing, and then when you go to other countries, they establish their own thing. You know what I'm saying? And just depending on where you fighting and under whose commission you're fighting under. That's what he said. Different states have different commissions, but they should just make it an American thing or a U.S. type commission. That's over the whole thing in America, and they each have their own in whatever country they're going to fight in. That's the only way I could see it kind of working out. And then why can't you put so much money aside for these guys to have a pension?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's millions of dollars exchanging, and it just seems like they should be able to put something away for a pension, even if they set it up to where, they do it for them. But then you have the risk of who's going to steal that money, right?
Right. Yeah, you definitely can argue that. Who's going to steal that money? You're right.
Yeah.
Especially if it's in a private firm,
Yeah.
Not
it's just.
Yeah.
No,
you're right.
Man.
But that would be expensive because then you got the matching, you get the healthcare costs, and same thing the NFL is dealing with. The NFL don't want to pay for healthcare for their athletes.
Yeah.
So it's $1 billion industry. Imagine Al Heyman's 200 or 300 fighters and he got to pay healthcare for them.
Yeah.
That should have probably put him out of business. Well,
You're
he's
right.
already out of business. Hanging on. He's hanging on to Steven Espinosa's unchanging hand.
I mean, at that point, then you would get the fights that you want because they would have to have a real schedule for the fighters.
Right. They would fight 4 times a year. And
Yeah.
if they had those benefits, then their purses would drop substantially because of the overhead. But that would be better for the middle class fighters, like the undercard fighters. That would benefit them more than, the A-level fighters.
Yeah. So I guess that's the other side of it. The fighters don't want it. They want something, but they want all their money too at one time. They don't want to be controlled like that too.
Yeah, they want all their money, but still, if they had if it was incentive based, like if you put $100,000 in here a year and I match it $100,000 a year for 20 years, shit, that's good money.
Yeah.
That's $4 million. I don't know what the compound interest is, but the base is $4 million. And you're good. You're good for the rest of your life.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I guess there's a way for it to be done on each level, for each level of fighter,
Right. Or you can do a one-time payment. $2 million, $2 million, and you're set. You know what I mean? But it got to be an incentive. But I don't know how you delegate the incentives.
Yeah. But how many of them are really making $2 million? I mean, it's
about,
I don't know.
I would say about 10, 15% annually. I would say about 10% of the fighters.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the headliners.
Yeah. I mean, I thought it was a whole lot of fighters out there. When you say Al has, I think I heard y'all say like 200 and something fighters.
Yeah, Al do. I mean, Bob do too though, because I remember I interviewed Bob and Bob got insulted. He said, "Shit, I got over 200 fighters too." when I was talking to him about Al, I said, "How do you get all these dates?" And he said, "Shit, I can do it."
Yeah.
But Bob does cards in Canada and he co-sponsors a lot of cards that we never even heard of, so
yeah, Bob just he'll send his fighters out to country. Like, look what he's doing to with Better Be If. He sent him to Frank Warren,
right,
and that's a Queensberry.
Right.
Bob and Eddie have no problem sending their fighters anywhere else to get dates. That's why I think Eddie did like 45 cards last year all over the world combined.
Wow, he's busy.
That's the only way to get your fighter all these dates. If the fighter wants to fight.
Absolutely right. And as you can see, Al is relegated. I'm gonna say relegated. That's a good word. He's relegated to that. He's starting with Tony Harrison, March 12th. You would never see a PBC fighter fighting out the country like that,
When they should be, for like Tony's going to get a nice payday because that's Australian pay-per-view. Tim Tszyu does good numbers out there.
Mm-hmm.
I go back to, like we said, I think Stephen Fulton saw us like, nah, Stephen, you need to tell Al, fuck that. That's a career high payday and a legacy payday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he gonna do well. Stevie Fulton's gonna do well, man. So will Tony Harrison, man. I saw him weigh in today. He's 165, so he's 11 pounds away with 3 weeks to go. So he's good. He's good, and he has a card too, February 4th. So he's busy. He got Alicia Bumgardner the first week of February, correct?
Yeah.
So he's super busy. He's super bad and super busy, and I like Tony Harrison. He's one of the good guys.
Tony's one of those guys that can actually train too. I remember I seen Roy posted something about like us criticizing his training being a trend. Like, Roy's like Michael Jordan. They're not good coaches.
Uh-huh.
They're Roy can't. I don't think Roy tells them to do like he would do. I just think the guys that train under him revere him. So like, let me try to do it like Roy. You know what I mean?
I can understand that.
Because if you look at Eubank and the guys that have Roy's trained, I think they unconsciously try to like mimic him when they're in the fight.
Yeah, I think I think that comes from training them and showing them to do things that way though myself, but I don't know. It just would seem like it would be more of the training for them to do it versus them just trying on their own to mimic him. You know,
I could see that, but I think Roy's smart enough to like nobody can do what Roy did in his prime. Nobody's that physically gifted to be able to get away with the stuff Roy was able to. So I don't think as a
Is this Kyle?
competent coach he would. You think he would do that, Fred? Tell him like I did this, so you
It's
could
your
do
boy.
You ain't got no thumbnail. No, I don't think Roy would tell someone to be a cockfighter in the ring. You know what I mean? Like, nah, I don't think so, man. Roy is one of a kind. You know, no one's calling in, so I'm gonna take the phone lines off. But yeah, it's Roy is one of one. It'll be close to be anything close. What you got, Kyle?
It looked like he got hit with a forearm though when he went down. It looked like I just seen the clip where it looked like he got hit with like an elbow or some shit.
Is that
that's what they're saying now.
Yeah, it's a fight. It's a fight though.
Yeah, it is. That's true.
I see the thumbnail. That's your title, Fred. And if I'm Wilder, I'm pissed off. I'm demanding that Al talk to whoever need to talk to sell my fight with Ruiz to the Saudis, because they'll pay more for it over there than I can get for it in Vegas here in America on pay-per-view.
Right. That would be great for Wilder to go over. He deserves to go overseas, man. I mean, he's earned it. He's earned it.
Okay, and he ain't got to worry about no damn back-end money from the Saudis or getting it. They'll escrow half the purse after you sign the agreement, and then the other half you'll get after the fight.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole part of this that I don't get as a business owner. I don't get that. It's so hard to believe that, you know, I hear you guys say that, but it's just so hard to believe that somebody that gets paid a percentage of your purse is unwilling to let you go over there and make more money if they know that this is probably above and beyond what you would do here. I just don't believe that.
Well,
because
but there's no data for you to back that up, because no PBC fighters, with the exception of when Fulton goes over there, now Tony Harrison, have gone overseas.
It doesn't have to be a PBC fighter for you to have data to back it up. I mean, if you have a other fighters like Joshua and the other guys that have fought over there, and Joshua is supposed to be a big star in his own country. I mean, you could use that data right there to say, hey, this is what it's going to do. You can use the data as far as what Wilder has done in numbers on pay-per-view here. And if they're offering more than that, then you know, hey, we can make more money there. Let's send it over there. I'm getting a cut of that pie. I'm getting a piece of that pie. Why would I say no?
My retort to that is, how come they haven't said yes?
How do we know it's been offered?
Come on, man.
I mean, we can speculate about it all, but the truth is,
let me tell you this. Lou DiBella was trying to offer Tank Davis the George Kambosos fight for all the belts over there in Australia. They didn't take it. Tank would have done massive numbers over there. That would have done 4 or 5 times what Tank has made over here, because Tank, it's a big enough name. Look at Devin. Look what did Devin Haney do in the first fight with Kambosos over there, Fred. They had like 40,000 in the stadium.
It was ridiculous.
And that's Devin Haney.
It was amazing.
Lou DiBella is on record saying they wanted to make that Tank first, and then Floyd and Ellerby said they're not interested in the belts. They're going in a different direction. That screwed. If you would have swapped Devin Haney and Tank in there, Fred, Tank goes over to Australia 2 times, not even 2 times, because he probably knocks George out. Comes back with all the belts, Fred.
And he could have too.
And then
he would have been a big favorite. Shit, if Devin wiped him out, Tank would have knocked him out, right?
Yeah.
They won how they're supposed to win.
But you recently had Eddie Hearn doing a scenario of a fight, pay-per-view fight, like he did Spence and Crawford in another country, because Crawford said he would like that, and he thinks that they could win over there, you know, make all this money. And Eddie Hearn himself said that no, that's not the truth. That the most money they're going to make is in the U.S. I mean, in that fight that Lou with George Kambosos, that was on ESPN. That wasn't a pay-per-view fight.
It was a paper. It was Australian pay-per-view. That's why they got paid so much. George got close to $10 million for that fight. Devin got close to $5 million.
But we didn't have to pay-per-view in the
That
U.S.
doesn't matter. If it's pay-per-view, if it's still pay-per-view, there's still back-end money.
But they charge. He said that they charge a lot less for pay-per-view in Europe, and that's why it's not going to be as much money. And if it had been pay-per-view in the U.S. and pay-per-view in Australia, then yeah, you probably be onto something. But Eddie Hearn,
you're speaking for one specific fight, because the majority of people that are going to buy Spence and Crawford are here, not in Europe, not in other countries. You can't put George Kambosos and Devin Haney on pay-per-view over here. That's why I had to go to Australia.
I don't know, man. I all I can go by is what.
If that's the case, why did Oscar De La Hoya send Zurdo Ramirez, who's never been to Abu Dhabi, to fight over there?
Well, that's one of those flat fees, right? They just paying, like you guys said, for the rights to the fight, right? And they're going to sell it, you know, later on. So they're paying a lump sum just for it. And I mean, that wouldn't have been a big fight in the U.S. either. I mean, it wouldn't have been a big fight in the U.S. That's for sure. So
that's the point. The point is, go where the money is. There's more money right now for Wilder in the UK than in America. Deontay Wilder versus Joy Joyce, Fred. Deontay Wilder versus Dillian White.
Mm-hmm.
Those are $1 million pay-per-view buys in the UK. Any fight with Wilder and one of them UK guys.
Wilder, for that matter, yeah. Wilder got a lot of money waiting on him in the UK, without a shadow of a doubt.
Okay, hell, he can go over there and call Frank Warren right now, Fred. Wilder versus Daniel Dubois.
Facts, but because Wilder funds the whole card, so you get both sides. So when you can rip off the B side with lesser opponents, you know, I mean, the promoter wants to take home money off of what the network or the pay-per-view is making, you know, so they want to keep the expenses low. But Wilder can pay for the undercard, and they could potentially make, I don't know, whatever they make.
But why do we take you and Drew's word when Eddie Hearn just said that's not even the case?
Eddie Hearn, bro, you don't understand. Eddie Hearn said that for one fight, Crawford and Spence, which is over marinated. Eddie Hearn's on record saying multiple times, Wilder, there's money waiting for Wilder over there. There's money waiting for Tank over there. You're using one example when Frank Warren has said the opposite too about Wilder going over there. So if you don't want to believe Eddie Hearn, but what is Frank Warren saying about that? Him and Shelly Finkel are good friends. Frank Warren wants to get Wilder over there too.
Okay, all right. Just say you guys are right. It's more money. He can make more money. Pay-per-view, all that stuff is going to gross more money if he goes to the UK. If you guys were right, why didn't they do just one of the 3 fights he had with Fury in the UK?
Didn't have to.
Exactly. They didn't have to.
Exactly. My point. They don't believe it, and they don't have to.
That's not that doesn't make no point. They had Vegas, and Fury can't come over here anymore.
No, it's the point. The point is just that Wilder. It's not a.
You know why your point's negated? What did Wilder just do with Robert Helenius?
No, you can't negate my point with that.
Yes, I did, because Fury is an anomaly. That's not an outlier. Look at Wilder's last fight. What did he do with What did he do with Robert Helenius?
No, that's not an outlier.
That's the most. We're going off the most recent data. What does the most recent data say?
No, we're gonna go off the one when he
Exactly.
did.
So you're moving a goalpost.
Yeah.
No, I'm not moving anything. You moved it because you went in through Helenius after Wilder been off for 2 years and he fought. He got knocked out. Okay. No,
It's a what? It's a what have you
done?
done for me lately? Business. Like every business is what's the data say now in any industry? What does the data say right now? What does your track record say right now at this very moment? At the end of quarter 4 of last year, what has Wilder fought that year? That is his data that he can go to the negotiating table with.
Man, you arguing with a promoter who already said it about one.
I'm not. I said get rid of Eddie Hearn. I'm talking about what Frank Warren said about Wilder. Frank Warren has Joe Joyce. Frank Warren has Daniel Dubois. If you don't think those fights with Wilder going over there sell more over there than they do in America, then I don't know what to tell you.
The thing is that the ticket sales are cheaper. The pay-per-view is cheaper. Okay, so you have to do double or even probably close to triple what you're going to do in America in sales as far as.
No, you don't. Wilder did 70,000.
As far as the number of people that you have to sell tickets to, the number of people you have to sell pay-per-view to, you have to almost triple what you're going to do in America. That's the whole point. So,
no, but they've exhausted the American market. So now the American market is exhausted for Wilder. The pay-per-view numbers of the last fight.
Let's talk about the most successful.
Not on a big competitive fight. You can't say that. No one believed that this was going to be a competitive fight. And plus, he was just coming back. And they didn't even do a good job of promoting it. It was only like they only had like a month and a half of promotion.
Okay.
I mean,
well, let's say this. Hey. Let's talk about the most successful promoter of all time. Let's talk about the Don King. Don King went everywhere to get the money. He didn't He didn't just stay out here. He was global, dude. He was the reason why boxing in Japan is because of Don King. Don King did that, bro.
Don King had Tyson out there like 2 times.
You tell me which one of these promoters is Don King.
That's the problem. They need to follow the blueprint.
Shit, the closest thing right now is Eddie Hearn.
That's what Eddie's doing. That's why Eddie's in Mexico. Eddie's in Uzbekistan. He's in Australia. Like, name me another promoter doing 40+ cars all over the world.
He still got some weak ass cars, but you know.
It might be weak to us, but if it's Uzbekistan fighters, it's great to them.
I would agree. I would like them to go ahead and do it. Let's see. But Eddie Hearn already said in one case that wasn't true. You know, that was just based on what Crawford said. So and Eddie Hearn disagreed. So, you know, that's all I can.
Eddie Hearn, you're not mentioning the fact how many times Eddie Hearn said he wants to get Wilder over there. How many times he said he wants to get Tank over there.
Yeah, I think for the right fighter,
Ben Shalom. If all 3 UK promoters, Frank Warren, Eddie Hearn, Ben Shalom, from all the 3 different platforms, DAZN, BT Sport, and Sky Sports, want Wilder over there. I mean, how are we going to dispute what they want if they're willing to do it?
Look what they gave Clarissa Shields to fight.
Thank you. Exactly.
Yeah, I'm not going to dispute.
Anthony, I don't know what you on tonight, man. You just want to argue or something. I don't understand what you're doing tonight.
All I did was just say what Eddie Hearn said. I just was telling you guys
Eddie
what
Hearn,
he just said.
Bro, you can't talk about it's 2 different situations, though.
I say do it. I say do it. I say if it works, do it. I say if the promoters think that it worked, then they should do it. You understand what I'm saying? I say if it's real, why hadn't they done it? If it's the truth, why haven't they done it? If it is real, hey, do it. I would do it.
And then if it goes,
if I had that confidence, I would do it.
And that'll go back to the point that nobody
to get over to Japan.
And that'll go back to Fred's point that he's been hammering in for the last year and a half, that he's seeing the contracts from people that have signed PBC contracts that it's not that easy, depending on the type of deal you have, to just go over there, because your services are not you have to be approved to go over there, depending on who the promoter is. You have no rights to your name, image, and likeness. So it's not that easy.
Look, you can't even get no PBC fighters on the game. Look, name how many PBC fighters are on that new game that's coming out.
None.
It's that.
Are you? Oh, Wilder's on there.
Besides Wilder. Okay, Wilder.
Yeah,
Wilder don't count
that's
though,
what I'm
because
saying.
Wilder's never independent.
Exactly. Wilder's independent. Is Errol Spence on there?
No way.
It's that easy if you have the right contract, and all the contracts are not the same. That's been proven by
Listen.
by listening
Did you
to.
just hear what we just said about the name and likeness? Did you hear anything we just said?
Listen, man.
None of them, no PBC fighters on the game.
No way. I don't believe
Listen, listen, man. All I'm telling you is that you have to do your due diligence on your contract. All them guys don't have the same exact contract. That's been said by several of the boxers. It's been said by several of the managers. I know that they don't all have the same exact contracts. It's not that one contract Fred read is not for everybody across the board.
All right. Well, we'll bring in Dr. Fuller, man. Go ahead. Welcome back, man. Hopefully you've been well.
How you guys doing, man?
Hey, we super,
Dr.
man.
Fuller was going down, man.
You got it. Hey, I'm on the East Coast now, so.
Oh, you moved, huh?
It's been a long time.
Yeah, I've been.
Hey, what's going on, Dr. Fuller?
How you doing, sir? I've been on
Would you move to
travel.
Georgia?
What's that?
You moved to Georgia?
No, I'm in Tennessee right now.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've been out here
You in
on travel.
that's the new Republican capital, Tennessee.
Okay.
How you like it? How you like it versus the bullshit that you just got out of?
Oh man, it's all right. I'm still got to get a feel for it. You know, it's okay. The reason I'm out here is pretty interesting. I could go through a lot there, but I won't. But
What city you in?
You know where Knoxville is the closest one I can tell you. It's a little city.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a little city, a little west of Knoxville.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
No, I was saying that because Cinto,
Were
he
you in
Nashville.
Limestone?
What's that?
I said, where are you at in Limestone, Tennessee?
Close enough.
That's right up there by Virginia.
No,
Limestone.
I'm Eastern Tennessee. Little town called Oak Ridge. It's a little town called Oak Ridge. Yeah. But it's about 20 miles west of Knoxville. Yep.
Is it close to Johnson City or Jefferson City or something like that, maybe?
I don't know the area enough to tell you that. I've only been out here a couple of weeks. Yeah, when I called in last week, Fred, you put me on hold, and I was on East Coast time, so I'm like, okay, I gotta.
Oh, you went to bed?
Yeah, that's right, man.
All right, well, welcome back. Welcome back.
Yeah. I just heard you guys talking. So get involved here a little bit. You guys think that how many people saw that Gervonta Davis fight actually paid for it?
I saw the replay.
I did.
Did you pay for it?
No, I saw the replay the next week.
Yeah. See, I think what's going on here in the United States is I think the $75, $80, $100 pay-per-view fight is pretty much gone.
It's over.
That's done. People can't, you go to the grocery store. I just learned this because I normally my wife would go to the grocery store, so I never really paid attention to how much a gallon of milk is or, a loaf of bread is now. But now that I'm out here sort of geo-bacheling, I see that, there's people just don't have the money to support that, especially when it's not a fight that they want anyway. The fight that they're pushing for is not going to happen. And then I think a lot of people are losing enthusiasm for that big fight.
Right.
There's a lot of feedback.
Are
I
you
don't know.
good?
No, but you're right, Dr. Fuller, because look, case in point, the
You can just call
tickets
me
for the
Mike.
Cowboys Niners was the highest at playoff games been in the division round in years.
It was?
Yeah, for the Niners Cowboys.
Oh man,
So
Philly.
ticket prices
Shout out
were
to
the
the
highest for
Almighty
that kind of
Empire.
round.
Shout out to the almighty 49ers, man, for putting foots in the Cowboys.
So it goes back to what you were saying about
Xavier,
Mr.
where
Fuller,
you at,
about the
man? I need
demand.
that $50, man. I need that 50.
What were you saying, Drew? I didn't hear you.
I was just saying it goes back to what you're saying. Like if there's a decrease in demand, no one's gonna have the money for it. But if there's a demand, people will find the money for it.
Right. Well, even now, I mean, I think things are getting so tight now, man. I don't know. I don't know if people, even people who wanted to see that fight, they just didn't want to pay, $75, $80 after taxes to see it. I mean, that's a lot of money for people to just trick off on a fight when they got a grocery bill that's doubled in the last 2 years. Gasoline prices are coming back up. Interest rates, I mean,
Sky high.
Oh man, ridiculous. I mean, there's a lot of different things going on that are putting pressure on people. And then you look at the these variable interest rates that people have, and then also the credit card interest rates. It's just ridiculous, man. I think people really have that levity to spend that type of money now. It may be a better program or method of handling that by reducing the price of these fights. If they do that and they get more volume, I don't know how UFC is doing, but I don't think I've ever seen a UFC fight $75, $80 a pop, which I don't buy them. But I mean, the ones I've seen advertised, they've always been around $50 or less. Maybe that's a better prototype for economic conditions that exist. But right now, I don't think people can afford it.
Yeah, no. The UFC cards used to be, before they went to ESPN, they were like $69 or $79.
Oh, really?
They were like $80. They were like $79 to $80. But once they
once
they went to ESPN Plus, they dropped it off by like $15, $20. So like $59 now because they don't got to cut. It's exclusively through the app. So that 40-50% that the cable and satellites would take, they don't have to give that up now because the majority of the buys are through the app.
Right.
But like, it's pricing at the end of the day because Joshua Usyk did 1.3 million buys, but the price of that pay-per-view was like $35.
Okay. Yeah.
But like, them 80. What really messed it up was that's $100 we got to pay for Floyd and Manny, and then Floyd and McGregor, and then you go from that to I got to pay $80 for Tank and cheap labor.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there listening to Clipper Darrell and Shaq argue.
I sent you that thing, yeah, Fred. Wow, it's crazy. Wilder's the only one from.
Are you serious
on that game?
No fucking way.
Man, I
don't believe it.
I already told y'all that, man. I told you.
No, I didn't know.
Sean Porter retired to get on that game.
Sean what?
You're right. Sean Porter retired.
Sean Porter retired to get on that game, and guess what?
No, he didn't.
None of his clips can be used on the game.
You're lying.
Man, listen, if I'm lying, I'm flying, and I'm driving right now.
How you know?
Man, listen, I'm Kyle fucking Davis.
You on the 880 or the 580?
I'm on 880. He talked about it on his podcast.
Send me that clip. Send me that clip, please.
I gotta find it. I gotta find it.
Shit, you ain't never gonna find it.
What game are you talking about? What game?
Undisputed. It's coming out when? I want to buy it.
It's coming out in a week. If they're doing a test run. One of the main guys behind that game is what's his name's manager? what's his name? Lomachenko beat him at 35. Linares. Jorge Linares' manager's been behind that game. It looks great from what they show. It's going to come out on computer first, and then as an early release, and then it's going to roll out to like the platforms like later on this year. But Wilder is one of the original guys you could play with. It said on their Instagram.
No fucking way. They got Sugar Ray Leonard. No PBC fighters is on this motherfucker. Yo, that's scary.
Don't that sound familiar? Don't that sound familiar?
That's scary.
No PBC fighters.
That
huh?
don't,
Kenny
hey,
Bayless is even on a.
Hey, what
Wait,
did
is that-
what Umar Johnson say?
Is Al Heyman a lawyer? Is he an attorney?
Yep.
He is, okay.
Yep.
Damn.
Hey, Fred, what Umar Johnson say? You don't find that suspicious?
Yo, I'm going through the lineup right now. Johnny Nelson is even on it.
You don't find that suspicious?
You need to be in the video game, man. You live forever.
Not just I'll give PBC some credit. They're not the only guys, but certain fighters, Fred, didn't get on the game because they expected to get paid with like Canelo and Roy Jones and Wilder, and that was going to get paid. Some of the female boxers.
Well, Top Rank is not on there neither. I don't see no Top Rank fighters. I'm going through it right now. I don't see any Top Rank fighters either.
Fury's on it.
Wilder, Joe Joyce. That's Frank Warren, Canelo. So that tells you Bob Arum and Al Heyman have absolute control over their fighters. Usyk is on there. Ken Dark Destroyer. I don't know. Nigel Benn is on there. Yeah. Ryan Garcia is on there. Crawford is on there. Yeah. Sugar Ray Robinson. Damn. I'm surprised Jason Broner that got to get on it. AB got to get on there, man.
He was with PBC at the time.
Fury Wilder. Fury's on there. That's Frank Warren fighter, though. See, Wilder owns a piece of this game. I could tell because they're doing it. They featured him on the website. That's smart.
I tell you what, man. I'm looking at Bob Arum different too. I thought it was some top rank fighters on that game though.
No, it's top. So Al Heyman, and Bob Arum. Rocky Marciano, Floyd Patterson is on there. Jack Johnson.
Both lawyers.
Joe Lewis. Yeah, none of them. Yeah, these promoters got complete control over their fighters.
The only top ranked fighter I think is on there is Sinisi Estrada. That's it.
Oh, yeah. So
that's it. But I think she was on there before she got to top rank.
They said Caleb Plant Model is on there. But it makes no sense that Earl Spence and Keith Thurman and those type of fighters aren't on there.
Okay. He's not a top. Who's Josh Taylor with when he's not in he's with somebody else when he's in the UK, huh?
Who is Josh Taylor? Is that Frank Warren? No.
I think it might be Sky, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's somebody else, but he's on there. I'm looking at. They have more of it on their Twitter.
Big O, what you got?
Hey, what's going on? I just like that's interesting what y'all talking about now. I don't know if you saw that interview that Floyd Schofield, Kid Austin's father did. I think they were on the Boxing Voice, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yeah.
And they was talking about when they went to, talk to PBC about the deal, and they were talking about how they were they pretty much had all the rights for the fighter in that deal. They pretty much had full control over these fighters, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's kind of messed up, man. That these fighters get into those type of contracts, and like y'all be saying all the time, it sounds just like how they do these guys in the music industry with these 360 deals, man. You know what I'm saying? Basically got them in a slave type of a contract. You got full control over everything about them.
Sheesh.
That's kind of terrible, man.
Yeah, that's like between that and an NCAA contract before NIL.
Right.
Because
Wow.
like
The
if you think
fighters
about
are
it,
signing the contracts. You
like
gotta blame the fighters, bro. They signing the freaking contracts. I mean, I'm sorry, bro. I mean, I can't take the onus off the person who's sitting there putting the ink to the paper, man. That is
So, but so
hey,
ridiculous.
that's for sure.
you say that, and then on the other hand, you say, well, they should be able to go get the money across the seas. If they can't get on a video game, who says they can go go across the seas to get money?
No, I'm just saying. At the end of the day, feel sorry, all that, but the guy signed the contract, bro. Like, I mean, it's all that simple. I mean, you don't have to sign it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty bad though, man. To take advantage of people, you know what I'm saying. Like when they be on here getting on Al Heyman, you can't speak of him if he's taking advantage of people, like he's some saint or something like that. Then. You know what I'm saying? Because we can clearly see that he's definitely taking advantage of some of these guys as well as Top Rank.
Yeah.
Or it's they taking
Let me ask
advantage
you a
of
question. Big O. Let me ask you a question. You're just for instance, you're a fighter. Been to the Olympics, you just great prospect and all this right here, right? Your parents work 9 to 5s. You're gonna end up working a 9 to 5, or you might have to start off like the Devin Haney route. You fighting in Mexico, not really making any money on these fights. Somebody comes and offers you a contract. They're gonna put, I don't know, 10 or $1 million in your pocket. Are you tempted to sign that contract? I mean, did you go and take it to the attorney and read and have them read over it? I mean, it's stuff you have to do. I mean, you got to do your due diligence. But if you just want to get that money in your pocket and you sign it, who the hell can you blame but yourself?
And look, like even though this is a typical thing that's stated a lot of the time, like when you come, and a lot of fighters come from impoverished communities. So when presented with those opportunities, majority of the time, they're just going to sign on the dotted line, not going to read any information. They're not aware of images and likeness and royalties or any of that type of stuff. They don't even might not even understand what any of that is or what's the value of it until later on down the line. That's why you can look, for example, like a lot of the artists, a lot of rappers and stuff like that, about how not even just rappers, but people in the music industry, period, about how they complain, about how they complain, man, about how they got fucked over by these leaders of these industries.
Look at Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson, he could have.
But what you guys are saying is not true. It's the same example as when somebody comes in for a car, right? And they want the car so bad because no one else was approving them for this car that they wanted so bad. And when they get in the finance office, the guy puts the elbow over certain words in the contract and gives them a pen, smiles at him, tells them, hey, it's just this, that, and the other. Just sign right here. I mean, that's bull crap. Get the contract, read over it. These people know about this stuff. People been talking about it for too long. You got Mike Tyson. He started complaining about this, 20 years ago? About Don King stealing from him? And you gonna tell me these guys are signing these deals today and they're unaware? Come on, man. No,
I'm not saying that they unaware. They just choose not to do their due diligence on it.
That's what they're signing up for, is the carrot that's dangled in their face. That's it.
Okay.
Can't blame nobody else. You got to blame them. They need to blame themselves.
Okay.
Hey, I agree with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, they definitely should not bite the carrot. You know what I'm saying? They should go the long route. You know what I'm saying? And do their due diligence.
Or people should have some fucking morals about themselves, man, and stop trying to fuck people over. Maybe
hey, but this
that's it, man.
It's a risk on both ends, Kyle.
This the thing with what.
No, listen, man. Fuck business. Hold on. This is what I gotta say, man. See, this is the problem, man, because these niggas come with that BHP, that black hoe pimp shit. You know what I'm saying? Come, man, listen, dude. If we just, if we could just be ethical, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly.
come on, man.
And look, this
Like,
the
bro.
thing with what Anthony's saying, as far as like with the car salesman. But see, you have instances to where these guys, like these car salesmen, are intentionally selling people these bad vehicles that they know are not quality vehicles, and then for these certain prices, the government had to come along and had to start implementing certain laws so you can stop screwing people over.
Man, the government hadn't implemented anything. If you sign an as-is agreement, you just signed an as-is agreement. But what you do have the opportunity to do is you got the opportunity to take a car and have it checked out by your mechanic. If the salesman or the dealer is not willing to let you do that, then you don't have to buy the freaking car. You understand? It's that simple, man. You cannot blame other people for decisions that you make in your life. You made a bad choice, period.
There's two sides of that.
And it's two sides to it. When Kyle's talking about, when you talking about ethical and all this type of stuff, both people are taking a risk. This guy may not make it. He may get a signing bonus, and he may get knocked out in the first fight, and he just a flop. You don't know, man. It's two sides to it. Just like somebody's about to say right now, everybody's taking a risk. And if that guy signs that contract and the promoter wins, hey, the dude should have, like they say, bet on himself, not sign that contract. Do like Devin Haney did, start off over there in Mexico and build yourself up that way.
It's the two sides of it is that the business ethics aspect of it applies to both sides. Right. The ethics from a individual signing the contract, it's your responsibility to review that contract, but there's also a responsibility of the person who promulgated that contract to make sure that it's fair and equitable. Right. So, I mean, it's got to be a good contract. If you sell someone something knowing it's defective and you claiming that it's not, then you effectively just lied, even though there may be a contingency in there that, you know, you're buying it as is, as you said. I mean, the bottom line is there's responsibility on both sides, and it's bad business when you have individuals that are promulgating contracts stating that they're good contracts, knowing that they're going to be putting the person who signed the contract in a compromising situation or preventing them from having the levity that they should have as individuals. Like, these guys should not have to be part of this PBC thing or Top Rank and not be able to be on certain video games, not be able to go make money in other locations if they can't make money with Top Rank or PBC. That's not a good contract. So, I mean, even though they signed it, it's still an ethical aspect that applies to both parties. It's not just one. You can't say, oh, well, you just signed it, so, you know, that's on you. No, it's also on the person who promulgated a contract. If it's a bad contract and it's unethical, it compromises the individual who signed it, then, you know, there should be a responsibility on the behalf of the folks who promulgated to make it right. In fact, it should never generate the contract in the first place. So there is.
Would you agree, Mike, that and from a car salesperson or car dealer point of view, I would totally agree that they should not sell a car and tell somebody it's a good car and it's not. I mean, that's just wrong all the way. I mean, that's wrong. You know what I'm saying? But
it's the same thing though.
When it comes to these boxers and their contracts, they have the opportunity to negotiate on that contract. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, I'm saying one thing is lying to somebody. The other thing is here's the deal I'm offering you. Okay. And, you know, you accept that deal or, you know, based on whatever you guys negotiated in the terms of that contract and you agree to it. That's just it, man. That's you signed it. You agreed to it. That's just, I mean, you cannot go back and blame the other person when all of a sudden something turns and it's in their favor. But and when you say equitable, and they're making millions of dollars, and they're happy at one point, but now they blow up and they feel like they should make more. I mean, no, I mean, you shouldn't have signed that deal. You should have put some type of term to it at least to where if this happens, you know, I'm out of that deal. We got to renegotiate.
Right.
Like, I agree with that. In this day and age, like, this has happened to so many people in the entertainment industry. I think at this point in time that people should be, you know, smart enough to kind of be like, hey, let me kind of have somebody go over this stuff to make sure that I'm not gonna get screwed over. But at the same time, you know, I think it's business people, you know what I'm saying? And then we be talking all this blackity black stuff. You shouldn't be doing that type of stuff if you're going to say that you're for black people and all this type of stuff, man. You should be committing those type of.
That's
that's the point I'm making.
Yeah,
that's the point I'm making because Jay Morrison, he did my cousin like that, dog.
Really?
Listen, dog, they did. Listen, that motherfucker sold that black shit, right? Let me tell you what happened though. So I talked to my cousin last night. Matter of fact, me and you was talking about it last night. I'm not talking about going to Arizona and shit. So let me tell you though. So he did the whole black people shit, right? And his father-in-law was a white man. And he said, man, I think you're doing all this off emotion. Fuck him over. You know what I'm saying? He put $500 in the stock ain't worth but $10. He can't even get $10 back. He said they don't even answer the phone. They don't get back to him in emails or nothing, bro. So that's why I say, man, black hope pimps, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, so my thing is, man, if everybody just treat everybody right. Everybody want to fuck somebody over. Dude, like, everybody can win. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody can win. Everybody can get the money they want. You know what I'm saying? You can win. My thing is, dog, if you got the contract, you do over and beyond with the contract, and then you should be compensated for doing that. You know what I'm saying? All this, like, slavery contracts, man, is wrong, man. It's just wrong.
I think that a lot of, you know, if you're gonna really protect yourself nowadays, you got to realize that the social paradigm in regards to ethics, business ethics, is degraded pretty rapidly and drastically over the last, you know, couple of decades. And then you got to look at the foundations of what the country was built on. It's built on exploitation. You know, I think that whole thing is, you know, revisited us, you know, to the nth degree right now, because if you're going to be a safe business person handling your own personal business, professional business, it's better to assume that you're dealing with a crook and approach that business transaction with that mindset so that you're very thorough, you know, reviewing everything, because it doesn't really matter who you're dealing with now. I mean, it could be a reputable company. It can be an individual that you just met, someone you knew all your life. It really doesn't matter. I mean, nowadays, the social paradigm is, you know, just like what we're seeing now, a lack of ethics. And so you have to approach every business situation, transaction with that in mind, and be very thorough in your review.
That's crazy. I mean, if I thought that that everyone I'm dealing with is a crook, I wouldn't deal with anybody. I mean, that just doesn't make any sense. And what makes even less sense is that Kyle is willing to coin the phrase black, what did you call it? Black hope pimping? Black hope pimping? When Michael just confirmed that this is not something that was learned that was taught by black people. It was taught by European person. Anyway, you want to call it black?
I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit who it was taught to. I don't give a shit who it was taught to. But no, man, you missed because you mislead. No, but because listen, bro, because they selling black hope.
Okay, bro.
From you. That's why, dog. They using you being black for you to buy some shit, do some shit, get some shit across.
Dude, Martin Luther King. I mean, Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton made a career off of that shit.
Shit.
Selling black hope.
Johnson. Umar Johnson and Jay Morrison is making a career off of that shit right now.
Man, it's people make careers off of selling Black Hope, dude.
So did John F. Kennedy, Lyndon Johnson. I mean, come on, dude. Y'all gonna call it Black Hope pimping? No, call it political pimping. Call it doggone just take advantage of a person. I mean,
Some goddamn body. No. You always
Black Hope
because that's what they selling.
They targeted black people,
You're
dude.
a black man. You're a black man, but you want to call something Black Hope pimping. You talking about yourself.
No,
Black Hope.
No, I agree with you.
So that phrase comes out, and every time
you cannot.
Hold
on, man. Listen.
Wants to win from you. He's thinking this black man's trying to pimp me. Come on, dude. That's exactly what they're saying. You don't have to call it
you,
Black
man.
Hope
You
pimping.
full of shit, man. You just want to argue.
Let me respond to you, Anthony.
You want to find something to argue about.
And you're not trying to.
The reason why we call it Black
Hope pimping versus just putting the onus on the person who signed the contract, who fell into this emotional situation.
But dog,
if you're misleading, you're wrong. I mean, you're just wrong.
All right.
Yeah, you could be. You know, it's so easy to pinpoint it when the person is not black. You know what I mean? But when we gotta get the truth out of when the black man is guilty, we got so many different variables we got to undertake. Man, the fact is the fact, man.
Listen, if that's the case, then, Fred, why don't I hear anybody on here talking about white hope pimping? Who's on here saying who has that phrase?
We ain't talking about a white person right now.
No, I'm just saying, but it's done. It's being done, but I don't hear anybody on here talking about, oh, this is white hope pimping. You know, this is a white man. I mean, it just sounds like crap to me, man. I wouldn't.
I agree with what you're saying there. I agree with what you're saying there, because the bottom line is even though culturally our ethics have went to hell in a handbasket, I'm talking about black people, our cultural ethics, right before the world, drastically degraded. But even in that state, we still haven't cornered the market on a lack of ethics. We have not cornered the market on a lack of ethics. I mean, you have to I guess probably 2 weeks ago, I was looking to invest, some money, and pretty decent sum of money. And I won't say who I got in touch with, but it's a reputable investment company. And I could tell just by talking to a couple of them that they were snakes. There's no way that I would invest my money or that type of money with. We have not cornered the market on lack of ethics. I think it's just par for the course when you're dealing with people today. And so, although everyone doesn't prescribe to that, you have to be really careful in vetting the individuals you deal with, the deals that you sign, the conditions, because if you don't, you're going to get screwed. I mean, there's a very large chance you're going to get screwed. So you got to have.
Hey, man, and that's for sure, because I saw this story last week where it's something that we've all heard of, to where this couple was trying to get an equity loan on their property, and they had to get an appraisal value, and they got an appraisal value, and they did great upgrades, and the person appraised their home for $10,000 more than what they purchased it for. And then they did the thing that people do, is they put a white couple inside the home for the next appraiser, and it appraised $300,000 more with the white people, man. So this bad ethics happen all the time, man. It's just like we just can't close our eyes to this stuff, man. People
and black people have not cornered the market on bad ethics. Don't even get that twisted. I mean, it is systemic. This whole thing, this lack of ethics, business practices. I mean, there's large companies that practice the same thing. There used to be checks and balances with a lot of these corporations on how they deal with their clients or their customers. Not anymore. They're running amok. So you have to be really, really conscious of how you're dealing with just about every entity, whether it be individual, companies, corporations that you interface with from a business perspective. You have to be really careful. So just the reality of it. And obviously, Black people haven't, our ethics have gone down, but by no means have we cornered the market on lack of ethics. It's all over the place.
But we have cornered the market on coining different phrases to degrade our own selves. I mean, it's just
Right.
foolishness, man. Just stupid.
Yeah.
So I would say not to bring up that Earl Spence Terrence Crawford stuff. So along with this conversation, I guess you could say you can't be mad at Terrence Crawford for wanting to do his due diligence to cross every T and dot every I as far as we're doing.
Yeah, I consider him a pretty smart guy for wanting to see, wanting to see the details, right? That's where the devil's at. The devil's in the details. So if you don't,
You're right. Yeah. So Anthony, by your own definition, Terrence Crawford did the right thing.
I agree.
Oh yeah, definitely. He was supposed to read through that stuff. He's supposed to make sure that he's not getting messed over, and that he has a good, solid contract, one that he has faith and confidence in. I mean, that's what they all should do. They all can learn something from Terrence Crawford when it comes to that. But I mean, overall, when anyway, that's a whole other story. The other part I was gonna bring up, but yeah,
so we shouldn't be too much more critical of him when it comes to that subject matter.
Is he in the game? Is he in that game, Terrence Crawford?
Mm. Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
he is.
Oh, yes. Good. Yeah, awesome. All right.
I saw him posted too on his Instagram.
So do they have the full roster out of fighters?
I just went and scrolled down to Instagram. But I'm sure it's on the website.
I was wondering, did they have the full roster of fighters out that were going to be on the game?
Yeah, Fred was looking through it, so they have it out.
Yeah, and make sure you tell everybody, Anthony, the next time we do this, that I was the one who mentioned that top ranked fighters wasn't on there either. Okay, you're responsible when people come after me. All right, I'm giving you that. I'm delegating that responsibility.
Sure, Fred, I'll do that for you, man.
But that goes to show you the power of these promoters, man.
Was Devin Haney on the game?
I didn't see him. No, I didn't see. Didn't see it at all.
Yeah, that sucks. That's what the bad thing about these games, man, dude. Because I play these boxing games and shit, you want to play with the current fighters that's fighting today.
Yeah.
Like in UFC, you got all the fighters on the UFC gameplay, but I guess the UFC controls all these fighters' images.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So anyway, what Andy was talking about, that was a good perspective. We shouldn't call each other higher to do better, but at the same time realize that what's going on right now, lack of ethics is par for the course. That's happening quite a bit. Everybody's money grabbing. So Fred, I got a question for you.
Please.
Okay. All right. In a scenario out here, got a place back in the Midwest that if I sell my spot and try to buy something out here, which is I'll probably lose. Well, it fell through. I had a negotiation that fell through, so I'll probably lose about $500,000. Right? So
that hurt me. Okay, if I lost $1, I'll cry. I ain't even lying to you.
Yeah. I'm talking about the housing prices and everything. So what I'm thinking about is a multi-family thing, living in one of the units and then renting out the other 3. The only problem is there's none in this area that are turnkey, where I don't have to invest a whole lot of money and time because I don't really have Well, I definitely don't have the time to invest in it. So, what do you think are some more viable options in regards to real estate that would allow me to fulfill my residential requirement, but also be sort of an equity grabber long term?
Are you with family or not?
No,
Or
I'm geo-bacheloring right now. Yeah,
so it's
the
just you.
wife's back in the mini mansion right now, chilling.
So it'll just be you all by yourself.
Yeah, for
Oh,
a little bit. For a little bit.
Okay.
So
You
so the multifamily is out.
right.
There's none
But you can
available.
do some, and there's a cap on the mileage you got to be away from.
There's a cap. What do you? I'm at.
Is there a cap on the mileage you have to be away from?
Oh no.
Okay. So would you trust your wife to be a property manager? Because now you have options. Now you can buy property in 2 states because your wife can manage the property in your state and you don't have to buy in Tennessee. So you can actually buy the equity property in your home state and rent a small home in your Tennessee state. And your home in Tennessee state, you get your DBA through your Tennessee state because there's no taxes in Tennessee. And you run business out of Tennessee and you have the business in your home state.
All right, so let me ask you.
Saved you $1 million.
So let me ask you this. I mean, in regards to, all right, I don't think I didn't really capture all that. What's DBA? What is that?
Doing business as. So what I'm saying is you run your business out of Tennessee because there's no state tax in Tennessee.
Right.
It's a Republican state. So same thing with people in California. Al Heyman runs his business through Nevada, right?
Right.
Same thing. Bob Arum. That's why he lives in Nevada, but he really lives in Beverly Hills, right? So, so what you would do is run your business out of Tennessee, right? You get a bank account doing business as, you got to get an ad in the newspaper, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And you can buy the asset property in your home state.
Right.
Do you understand?
And you said,
rent.
Okay.
Wait. You rent. All you got to do is just replay what I'm saying.
Right.
Replay because it's documented.
Sure.
And what you do is you become an employee of that and you pay your rent. You pay your rent because you are an employee of your DBA.
Okay.
And you get equity at your home state. But if you get an accountant and all that, they'll explain it to you. And
okay, got it.
Yeah. But that's the way. So you get an option. You don't have to buy in your home state. In your visiting state. You can rent there and be an employee. The only thing
that and this is the last thing. The only thing that I'm concerned about is, I'm out here as a employee to begin with. I'm working with the Department of Energy right now. So yeah, I mean, it's not a big deal. I mean, it is a big deal, but I'm not making a big deal. I'm not making a big deal out of it. But anyway, the point is that tax write-off purposes, from a income standpoint is what I also want to make sure that I cover. You know what I mean?
Okay,
my
real simple.
Income.
Move your wife to Tennessee. Move her to Tennessee. I just told you, Bob Arum lives in Nevada, but lives in Beverly Hills.
Right.
Does she work, or is she retired, or is she?
No,
she's a school teacher. She's a school teacher. Right?
Yeah.
She's a school teacher.
And she's, and here's the thing about which is refreshing, but then also like a liability. She's not real business minded. I mean, she cares about her babies. She cares about her kids. That's it.
Is she old enough to retire?
Yeah. She could. No, she's not. She's not old enough to retire.
Okay, because I was about to say what you could do is retire because you're going to keep this job for a long time, correct?
We'll see.
I'm 10 years.
I'm working because I want to. That's it. So.
No, what I'm saying is, but you're going to keep the job. So what you're saying is, see, that's why you get an accountant. And is it worth her while to retire early and move to Tennessee and not work? And you can make up that $1,000 or $2,000 with your business. You understand what I'm saying?
Right. I
Right.
don't.
Yeah.
But I don't. You know what? Her income is her income. I don't even know. The bottom line is she doesn't do anything but does whatever she wants to with her money.
No,
I
what I'm
don't.
saying,
We don't
I'm
rely on
talking
it.
about in terms of, I'm talking about in terms of turning that into an asset instead of her being an employee, she
Oh,
becomes
right.
like an asset. Like she becomes an employee of you.
Okay.
Live in a tax-free state. She's retired. She get her handful of $1,000 a year. She's retired. And let's say if she retired now, maybe she misses $1,500. Do you
Right.
get that money back in taxes?
Right. Yeah.
Do you understand?
Right.
And payroll tax, she becomes an employee of you. So when you do the math, so let's say you make $100,000 and you have a $30,000 employee. You know, I don't know what the exact number is on a where you don't pay state tax, but let's say dollar for dollar, you only paying taxes on $70,000 instead of
Right.
$100,000.
Yeah.
So when you get an accountant, they'll give you the real numbers, and you'd be like, "Shit, babe, you might as well retire."
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Might
Yeah.
as well retire. And is your health care 100% now, or is 80%? So you just do the real numbers, and you will be pleasantly surprised if she has 20 years on the job, because you're 50 something, right? So I know you're remarried, but I'm just saying, if she's got 20 years on the job, she may be able to retire. If you're going to live in Tennessee, you might as well take advantage of the incentives of Tennessee.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to
Yeah.
do now.
Mhm.
Yep. I'm looking at different avenues.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes. So I would consult with an accountant, and you give
Right.
him all the real numbers, and he will tell you what your numbers are.
Right.
I don't know what your real numbers is. I'm just giving you the
Yeah.
macro.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well,
Yeah. So and see which properties are cheaper. See, now you can get a property if she works with you. Now you can get a property 50 miles away. You get what I'm saying? She only got to go once or twice a month. You drive, she drive, and you know, I mean, you may get a turnkey property. You know, now you have a full-time employee.
right.
Yeah, no state tax. Shit. That's a
Yeah.
win.
That state tax is brutal, though. Especially, that saved me a
Uh-huh.
lot of money. Yep.
Yeah, you save a lot of money. You
Yeah.
definitely gonna save a lot of money.
Yeah.
You're gonna win. Yeah, that's what you're in a great position. Great
Yeah.
position.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right, appreciate that information. I don't
No,
know if
I
anyone
appreciate
else can get something from that.
Yeah, I mean, it's on replay, so hopefully everyone learned
Right.
something from that, man.
Yeah.
It's like those commercials. I'm not sure if y'all saw those commercials, like people in New York, come to Delaware. You know what I mean? Come to New York. We love to have you for business. You know, we have tax incentives, you know, stuff like that. You know, it's a lot of incentives because every state is its own country. That's the one thing that everybody should have learned during COVID.
Yeah.
Every state in America is basically its own country. So it's the incentives are different. So that's why people go from Mexico to Illinois to Ohio. They competing for them factory jobs, you know. But yeah, I think that move probably would save you minimum thousands upon thousands of dollars for sure.
Yeah, no question.
Yeah. And you get to have your wife at home, doing what she wants to do, you know, and then she could do some part-time substitution work if she wants to, if she still has that itch.
Oh yeah, I mean, she loves those kids, man. That's the reason why she hadn't stopped working yet, because she loves kids. She loves. I mean, you know.
I was a teacher for 7 years, so I understand her mindset. But here's the catch. So let's say in California, if you're a substitute teacher, you're gonna make let's say $150 a day. So let's say in Tennessee it's probably 150, 160, but a nice even number, we're gonna say 200, right? There's no state tax. So if she's making $200 a day every time she subs, she's bringing home, let's say she's bringing home 183. You times that by 4 times a month, 183 times 4, that's just under $800 minus 17 times 4, 34, that's 68, right? So you got 68, that's 732 a month that she's making just off, and that's with the taxes and everything. So let's say she's bringing home 732, and she got $3,000 to $5,000 a month retirement, and she's able to work 4 days a month and get that money back instead of working 20 days a month.
Right.
Yeah. I'm gonna send you a bill. I'm gonna send you a $10,000 bill later. So I'm expecting. But this is what I do. But honestly, this is what I do. I find like when they say Donald Trump didn't pay taxes. I'm like, how? All the other Democrats like, you going to jail. I'm like, no. How did he do this? I try to figure this out. See, my job, my responsibility is Dre's base salary is easy $500,000 a year, right? But her incentives are crazy because she's a partner. She's a K1. I'm not sure if you know what K1, K2, whatever it is. So typically her incentives is basically matches her salary, whatever it is, right? So let's say she makes 600,000. So she's probably gonna make 600,000, whatever it is, in incentives, right?
Wow, so they make 1 point. Your wife brings in 1 point.
No, I'm just giving you a number.
Oh,
Okay.
No. I didn't know doctors made that much money.
She's pretty close, but she's a partner, so it's different. She has a base salary, and it all depends on the beds if she can turn these people over. You know what I mean? So the incentives are crazy. So the point I'm making is this: my job, one of my core jobs. How can I save? How can I keep as much as Dre's money in this house? Do you understand?
Right.
Because if Dre doesn't have me and she just pays taxes, shit, she's in the 46% tax bracket.
Yeah.
Who the fuck wants to pay 46% of taxes?
Yeah.
So along with me managing the properties, the taxes, I have so many businesses, but along with that, my job is to always keep, okay, how can we save money on Dre's salary?
Right.
You know what I mean? And so that's the game that you play with your wife's numbers the same way I do with Dre. Like, what's the real numbers? What's the real numbers?
Yeah.
So now half of Dre's job is at home. She has her office and she works from home half the month. She probably works 13 days a month, right? 7 of those days is in her office on the phone because I found ways to circumvent the taxes. You get what I'm saying? And we still make the money. So she's home out of 30 days. She's home 21 days a month.
Damn.
You get what I'm saying? So that's the same thing you can do with your wife being a school teacher. Same thing. I'm not doing just our numbers are different, but it's the same approach.
Yeah, the numbers are a whole lot different.
You have more wiggle room because now you got 2 states to play in. You know what I mean? You got 2 states, you got more territories. I only have one. I own properties in other states, but still, I'm a partner in that. So but so you got a lot of wiggle room. So I advise everybody to do this. You know what I mean? Play the numbers. Like I think it's the dumbest thing ever. Like when, and I'm probably talking about you a little bit, but not dumb, but no, but what I'm saying is, I make the most money. I make this, I make that. How much are you keeping?
Exactly.
My goal is how much are you keeping? Because if you work for yourself for $60,000 a year, I would never take a job with someone else for $100,000 because I'm making $60,000.
Right.
60,000 is 60,000 when you work for yourself. 100,000 when you work for somebody else. You got to get up. You got to do this. You may have to work a little more to earn the 60,000, but you're getting up 5 days a week. The government, they give you your 1099. What is it your 10? Not your 1099, but your whatever it is. They get. I forget what it's called right now, but what you get January 31st.
What is it? W-2?
Your W-2s. Thank you, dog. Yeah, your W-2s. You get your W-2s and this and that. So now it's an absolute. Ta, 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 ta. So now you can't hide. You can't do nothing. You don't know the tax laws. It's very straight to the point. You can go to H&R Block, hand it to them, and you'll know what the fuck you're getting back, right? So I urge everyone. You got 2 parents in the house. Both of them ain't got to work full time. No, if you know the numbers. If you know,
yeah, you know what? The only thing is like with my wife, what she does and the money she makes, I consider that charity. You know what I mean? It's not. It doesn't have any real financial significance or bearing.
It can though.
Yeah,
it can because the compound interest on her salary is insane. Just think if she turns over her salary into an asset, what that does for your grandkids, your great grandkids. You understand? See, when Dre and I got started, it was all hunky dory. We traveled everywhere. We had a good time. We done been to countries, Europe, everywhere together, right? Costa Rica. Dre and I done been everywhere, right? And then I was like, hold up, we got to smarten up, you know? And so now it's everything is like a paper trail now. Like, you know what I mean? Everything has value to it, you know, and we have a full time. Yeah, everything. And but once you understand if you don't learn nothing from me tonight, learn the real numbers in your household. Don't round up, don't round down. Learn the real numbers of orders and operations in your household. No one really knows. I'm willing to bet 80% of Americans don't even know the absolute bottom line number it takes to operate their home.
Right.
And then once you know that number, you like, babe, how much money you make? Okay, how much money I make? Shit, we can. We can play now. Yeah. People go 20 years not knowing the exact numbers. It's way less than what you think when you do the real numbers. You're like, shit, I can throw that shit away. I don't need this app. I don't need that app. I don't need cable. I don't need that. You like, okay, we rolling now. We rolling. Because if your wife brings home 8,000, you bring home 300,000, 250,000. Shit, she retires. She bring home $50,000 a year, $60,000. She don't need her job. She don't need it. The fuck she going to work for? And she can sub. She can retire and substitute teach.
Right. Yeah.
You good. Yeah. 5 days a week instead of working 20. That's what we did with Dre. Dre is in the 1% of America's, like, you know, per household, yada, yada.
Oh yeah.
But she works from home.
If you make over 300,000 as an individual, you're in the top 2%. Of incomes in the United States. Yeah,
and the point I'm making is the accessibility to build family. We have dinner every day at 5:00.
Yeah, that's awesome.
When the kids come home from school, there's always 80% of the days there's 2 parents home when they come home from school. One picks them up, the other one is home cleaning, preparing the other kid. There's always 2 parents when the kids come home from school, 80% of the days, because we know the real numbers. Dre ain't got to work no overtime. Friday night, we going to dinner. Like nothing gets in the way of that.
Right.
Friday night, we go to dinner every Friday night. We've been doing it for years.
Yeah.
So once you know the real numbers, oh man, it's life changing.
Yeah.
It's life changing.
Yeah. And that's great. That's great information. I will tell you, man, I got a lot of different knowledge sets that that I've acquired over the years. But unfortunately, the one thing that I did not acquire is what we're talking about right now. And in regards to,
because you make a lot of money and you live underneath your means. So you don't value it. I was the same way when I had a cash business. When I was a trainer, I was making $50,000 teaching, and I was making $50,000 to $60,000 to start, $50,000 to $60,000 in cash a year training.
Right.
So I knew I always had a extra $5,000 a month. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
But then when you start investing, you like, shit, how much is this water bill? Dre comes to me every month we got a leak in this building. This shit is $150 more than what it's supposed to be. Can you go check?
Exactly.
I'm like, no, it's Easter break. It's Christmas break. The kids are home. Oh, that's why it's $150 more from last. We're talking last month. That's why I know we had this conversation.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah.
All right. Appreciate the information, man.
Mm-mm.
I appreciate it.
Let's get out of here, man. I appreciate any final words, Doc?
No, just everybody. Well, let me say this, everyone, man. To all you brothers out there, you know, live your dream, man. Trust God. You know, don't let this system and the people who are in it that don't want to see us succeed convince you not to go for your dreams. Trust God, live right, love your family, the people around you, work hard, and keep pushing.
Appreciate you, Doc. Appreciate you. What you got, Anthony? Or Kyle and I talk about you when you leave. What you got?
Not much. And I hope Kyle doesn't feel like I'm calling him stupid or anything. I just think the phrase and saying things like that, you know, or coining phrases like that, or really I just think the phrase, you know, anyway, I'm not talking about him directly.
And we don't mind.
Because you a Black Hope pimp too.
No, you don't know me at all, really. But it's just, you know, we always just down ourselves, man.
You can't defend.
It makes it hard for us to come up.
But see, they ain't one of us though. You can't defend them every time, bro. Some niggas gotta get critiqued.
No, you can critique that person without coining a whole group of people, because we're all black on here. You understand what I'm saying?
Not all black,
and that's all I'm saying. You know, but because we do that all the time. I mean, I'm not one that's ever done it, but I see it going around all the time on the internet, just you know, amongst people that I grew up with. You know what I'm saying? So I just think it's always a better way to do it, man. My wife, I'm probably guilty of those type of things, of giving people what's the thing, benefit of the doubt. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, I'm just like that. My wife may look at it one way. Oh, this person's trying to do it, and I'm like, why do they got to be doing that? Why couldn't it be this?
Right.
You know, so I mean, you pretty much have to I have to almost see that you are screwing me, you know, but I'm not going to get screwed. You know what I mean? Like, I can just, if I'm reading something, I say, oh, this person screwed me, and I'm not even mad at you, but I ain't doing business with you.
Right. Right.
You know, I mean, I know what it is. Oh, okay, that's what. All right, cool. And
right.
You know, you can warn the next person without trying to talk about a whole group. Just, you know, just putting them all in that one little pot, man. You know, because when you think about people that come over here from other countries, man, and they look at us and they say, oh, he's a dumb American Negro. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because we pretty much said it already. So, you know, then when they put it on TV and it's all over the world and people see it, then everybody just comes over and they believe, oh, they just dumb American Negroes. They dumb Black Americans. That's it. I mean, or they whatever, man. But anyway, man, it was a good conversation.
No, I appreciate you, dog. See you tomorrow. Yeah?
All right, peace.
Thank you, dog. Kyle, what's up, man? Oh, you at work, huh? Yeah, man. I appreciate you guys. And if I advise you to replay what I said. This is what Grant Cardone is charging y'all $500 for, him $500, Jay Morrison. What I told y'all is what they're charging you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars to do. All right. It's hopefully you take something from it, hit the replay, and because economics is the key. It's no other way around it. Economics is the key. And you guys have homework until Sunday. Find out. I don't want to know the number, but find out the real number it takes for your household to be functional. And when you find that number out, you're going to be like, man, I don't really need to work like this. Or maybe I need to work a little bit harder. But that absolute number, $1,737. That's what it costs for me to run my house. $3,413. That's what it costs. You know what I mean? And you'll be surprised how you can pick up $500 here, $600 here, and you're like, damn, you know. So real numbers are so critical, and married people don't talk about real numbers. Married people talk about how they feel. Trust me, how they feel, you know. So they talk more about that than the actuality, you know. So but yeah, man, hopefully we got something out of this, man. We done turned the conversation to something way more purposeful, man. And that's how we got this home, you know, the real numbers. You know, what's up, bro? That's how we had to sit down and do the real numbers. Can we afford this home? You know, when we had enough money in the bank to pay off the old house. But do we want to incumbents this this mortgage payment? And shit, Dre wanted it, so we moved forward with it, you know. And you know, thank God we can't afford it. But it all started with my my training salary, because Dre was in med school, you know. And it all started there, me hustling out the trunk, selling everything, you know. So, and then it just grows and grows and grows. Hopefully we got something from it, man. Great conversation, man. I'm an asset. If you need me, I have 30 businesses, man. It feels like that, you know what I mean? And I've invested in a lot of things, man. And some of them have paid off. Property and stocks and small businesses and investing in people has paid off, you know. I've missed a few times, but I understand the logic of business. So, because in theory, one parent could stay home. If you know the real numbers of your house, one parent really could stay home. You know what I mean? Work from home. Yes.
Hey, Fred, you crazy, man. That's a phrase we can all use, because that's what they use. They use being black in the hope of being black to pimp.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you know, Anthony is going to find a way to defend Al Heyman. We know that. Don't we know that by now?
Hey, what a contrarian.
He's a contrarian for sure. He definitely is. But we love him the same, man. What's up, peoples? Appreciate you, Peoples Hernandez.
Hernandez.
Thank you, dog. And stay safe, Kyle.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday or Tuesday? No, took the trash out today. Today is Tuesday. All right. Yeah, man. So appreciate y'all, man. And by Sunday, you should have the real numbers in your household. All right. And make that number the code to get into your iPhone, so you never forget it. You know it every day. That's the code. It cost me $8,332 for my home to operate. Yeah, you might be working too hard. You know what I mean? You might be hustling for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Because when you look at them real numbers, your girlfriend or your wife or your fiance gonna be like, I don't need this shit. Why am I paying for this shit? You're like, man, get rid of that shit. And imagine how them $13 add up. Appreciate y'all, man. Holla, man. Thank you guys, man.